Welcome in, everybody. What's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing
What's up, everybody?
on this here Sardine Sunday? And it's us. We here.
We here.
We chilling. How we
Yeah.
doing? We do. How you doing, sweet pea?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm doing great and hoping to get better.
I know that's right.
So, with that being said, y'all, welcome in to another Sardine Sunday.
Yup.
Baby, how many Sardine Sundays we done?
I don't know. I have to go back and look.
They got to be about 6 or 7. I know, we kind of had to. We ain't hit all of them, but we done quite a few Sardine Sundays here, man.
Right.
How y'all doing, family? I got it. Hold on, because as we always do, you know what I'm saying. Whenever we get to Trill Tuesday, whenever we get to Friday Faves, and whenever we get to Sardine Sundays, baby. Hold on.
Here we go again.
That's right. We back, baby, for another Sardine Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes. Today we're gonna be talking about some things and some stuff.
Yeah.
And what would you do?
I don't know. We gonna see.
We gonna see. We gonna talk. We want to know what y'all would do. We want to know what's going on. Yeah, let's get to speaking first before we get too deep into the what's going on with this conversation here. First off, we got little bro motivation from the weightlifting geek.
Hello, Joseph.
Geek Squad. Joseph. What joke Sudoku is?
Yeah.
Man, look, first
I love Sudoku.
I see. Fun. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. So, Joe, if you're not in here yet, I'll bring it up again later. But as you were playing, my wife was guessing the next box, and
I wasn't guessing. It's a game. It's strategic, and you play the game. Don't be like that. Not like it because you don't know how to play.
I don't. All I know is that when it comes to Sudoku, the hypotenuse is divided by the intention of the square root of 9 multiplied by 47 and
squirrel.
Yeah. I was playing and she was anticipating the next box and was like, okay, it's gonna be 7, it's gonna be 2, it's gonna be 9. Somehow I got Jodeci. So I don't. Maybe my math wasn't right, but
your math was not math.
My math wasn't math, and I came up with Jodeci. So maybe I'm not the best Sudoku player. Whatever.
You can learn.
I don't even know if I want to. I'm gonna leave that for y'all.
It helps your brain.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's good for your brain: carrots and goat. So if you don't feel like playing Sudoku, you can just get you some carrots and some goat. It's like
work your brain out.
Work your brain. It's like ginkgo biloba, baby. Yeah.
Good to know, man.
That is. Y'all should try it. My Renaissance grandma. Hey, mama, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Big jump. Tamika Davis, how you doing?
Welcome in.
Oh, babe. Hey, Shanna. Why do we mess with Shanna like that? I don't know. It's fun. It is. We love Shanna. It's fun. What's up, Jason? Jason, the dream team over there. Yeah. Our family from the PNW, the Pacific Northwest. Shout out to y'all. And shout out to all the Dungeness, Apelio, aka Snow Crab, all the King Crab, and you can keep the trout. I ain't worried about trout. I ain't no big trout. I don't know trout, but them seafood, them little critters. Baby, baby swing my way. Yeah, you can give me some of them. Good to me. I wanna eat some crab. Baby, you silly.
She said? Who said?
Who said?
She said.
She said. What's up, she said? How you doing, family? Y'all better get in here and enjoy yourselves.
Y'all better on this good Sunday.
Yes. Gina versus Gina.
Hey, Gina.
Thank y'all for letting us up. I got accused a bit. I know that's Jay. That's Jay.
I know, right?
That's Jay.
Right? See?
It was different right here.
See?
Shout out everybody, big sister Gina versus Gina, as well as Erica, my fly family, for a great Friday show.
Yep.
We stayed up pretty late.
We did stay up pretty late.
Yeah.
What's up, Nightbot?
What's up, Nightbot, and all the little bits, the Nightbot cheering, and Mrs. Nightbot and everybody. Hey man, y'all go ahead, if you haven't already, y'all go ahead and share this what we doing? Live. Yeah, this live. Share this live out. And y'all get your sardines ready. If you got your can of Miss Cheryl, I don't even see Miss Cheryl in here, but Miss Cheryl, if you got your Vienna sausage, then bust them open too.
Yep.
If you got a can of oysters or some I don't know, whatever. Just get ready. Get ready. Get your canned meats. Yeah, this is an opportunity, honestly, to practice your preps. Because if you done brought some canned stuff, how about we open it up? It's Sardine Sunday, right? Now, it's Sardine Sunday. But if you done brought preps and you ain't never tasted of them, you better taste of what you thinking about eating.
Right. You gotta like it.
You gotta like it.
If you're hungry, you gonna eat what you gonna eat.
Yep.
But if you're going out buying a whole bunch of stuff and you don't like it, I mean, at least try it.
At least try it.
Buy a whole bunch of.
Because you never know what you might be repulsed by.
Right.
Like, you might be hungry hell, and then you got some sardines and some mustard or some tomato sauce, and you like, ew.
Yeah, I can't do it.
You better find so you can put it over on the barter table.
Yeah.
put that something you gonna barter. Yeah. Miss D's Hollywood Garden.
Miss D's,
how you doing, young lady? You better get in here and enjoy yourself.
That's right. What's up, J3? Mango/honey swanger?
He just managed. J3 just managed. That's all that is. He just managed as he want to be.
J3 said he grown.
That's what he has said. That's what he has said. Tori.
What's up, Tori?
Tori. Hallelujah. Yes. Tori's brain, ladies. And it's Sunday, so that means later on today is going to be Neckbone TV. Neckbone TV coming on later on, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all get on over there this after evening.
Yeah.
And get you some
Check out the fam. That's our fam.
That's our fam right there, man. A lot of respect for Tori for being a part of our whole YouTube journey from the beginning, as long as he been. I'm telling y'all, man. I mean, everybody, I don't get in grown folk business. We don't get in grown folk business.
Right.
But if you find good folk, you might want to hold on to them. That's just what life done taught me. But
I agree.
Okay, hashtag whatever. If you don't want to do it, that's your business. Living natural for life. How you doing?
For life.
Listening while getting day started and doing chores. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it, family.
Hey, Happy Mac.
What's up, family? Happy Mac. How y'all doing?
Okay, they said they can't stay long. Gotta see mom. I'll be watching. Okay, no problem. Happy
no
Mac.
worries.
Thank you for coming in.
Yes.
And hello.
Thank you for the time, just for being here, and tell mama we said hello when you get over there to spend time with mama. Happy Sunday. Yes, indeed. Y'all, it's a little. I'm gonna kill you.
You see it again?
I say just buzz pat. I'm gonna kill you and all your people.
It's a mosquito, y'all.
It's a mosquito. Yeah.
Trying to get us.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to stick us for our paper.
Trying to drink of us. Yes. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, before we get into the content tonight, too deep. Oh, by the way, so what we got on the menu?
Oh yeah, you want me to hold them while you talk about it?
Oh yes, please.
Very, very lovely.
Be my Vanna Black.
I will.
Vanna Black, ladies and gentlemen. So here, get up. Okay, because you see there you go. So yeah, and tilt it a little bit so the other way. Yeah. Well, that seemed worse.
I know.
Okay, you got it. You got it under control.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, so what we got tonight? Everybody can't ball like Jason. Jason came out with some King Oscar kippers that I ain't never even had. I ain't never even seen them or tasted of them. But on this particular sardine sun, there we go. There we see. There now you see how it, drop it down. So we got some John West kipper fillets in sunflower oil. Let me get over here so you can see me. Some John West kipper fillets in sunflower oil that we gonna be getting into tonight. So just FYI, while y'all getting y'all sardine ready, while y'all getting y'all ready. Now I
like the kippers, so
kippers go hard. I'm gonna give it to them.
I like them. Yeah.
They're herring fillets.
They are.
Yeah.
Jay said Jay getting fancy. Yeah.
Everybody can't ball like Jason. I'm trying, Jason. I can't ball out every week in, week out, like just walk around with King Oscars. You know what I'm saying? Like hashtag put me on Forbes.
Well, we can't find them.
For shizzle.
Yeah.
As the young folks say, that part. Yeah, it's hard enough to find. Hell, these was a blessing.
They was.
These was a blessing because these ain't something you see every day. So yeah. But we're gonna get into these in a little bit. But first, we're gonna get into these conversations.
Tori said, "Wow, that's nice."
It is, boy. These old fancy. If you think that's fancy, y'all go back and check that episode with Jason on there with Aaron. Hold
on. Jason had the expensive kippers.
Yes, the very expensive kippers. As we sat here and ate top shelf. Yes. While we found ourselves subject to only the sardines of the poor. Yes, it's quite true, actually. As we ate and consumed the sardines of the poor, our friend Jason sat in his mansion eating King Oscars. Yes, of course.
Yes.
So, yeah. With that being said, we're gonna eat these joints.
Yeah,
tonight.
We're gonna eat them.
Yeah.
Shout out Jason. Shout out Shanna.
Shout out Jason and Shanna, our West Coast family.
That's right.
Now look here, we're gonna get into this conversation. By the way, welcome in everybody. Y'all feel free to share your hashtag BCIAC in the chat. And make sure y'all share this live out so we can go on and get folk on over here before we just dive too deep into this conversation.
Yeah, because I'm curious to.
I
want to
y'all.
Know what y'all think.
Tonight might be one of them nights where I'm almost 100% sure it's gonna be some different and varying opinions, thoughts, positions, all of that stuff. Living Natural for Life said I needed those, about 4 cans, Titus sardines yesterday, and plant. Oh.
We both intrigued. Oh.
Titus. Who is Titus?
Titus.
I want some Titus sardines. Hey,
how you? Right?
Who is it? Girl, what kind of money you got and who your people?
What they look like? Are they fancy?
I know,
they got
right?
A package. They got a package before the package. You know how they had that package on the outside? You got to tear that package over, then you got to peel the can back.
Yeah. Because everybody can't eat sardines like how Jason eats sardines.
We had some. I think these were the same.
We did. We had some.
These were the same ones.
But they can't. But they came.
Jason, you had these, right? You had the smoked. You had those, right?
No. His was it was a gold can. He had some. They were King Oscars, but they were some old fancy, super high dollar sardines. We can't even get them over here.
No, we can't.
We can't get them over here. So, and this came from my Renaissance grandma.
I like these. I really like
that. Came from Mama.
Yep.
Hell, you see, we still keep them on the desk. I don't even want to throw them away. I'm going to make me a collage or something.
I'm going to make a collage of sardine wrappers?
I'm going to put them on my vision board. You playing game. You know me. You see, we still got them. I can't even come to grips with throwing them away because dream big. One day, I'm going to live a life where I can just, not only all the bills is good, all the animals is good, the garden good, and I have all the sardines I want every day. Anytime I want to bust open a can, I ain't worried about, need the last one.
I want that for you.
I want that for us. And that's part of what we're going to talk about tonight. I want it for you. But that was nice because you said you want something for me.
I want it for you.
Thank you. I love you, sweet pea.
Too, man.
God.
You're the bee's knees.
Thank you.
Welcome. Totally. Like, oh my God, you're so welcome.
Y'all, she's so silly sometimes.
Living natural life. Okay, green. Oh, she said it's green and gold. It's a green and gold kit.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Hashtag pink is out.
Pink is out.
Oh my.
Yes.
Oh, Shannon, no, don't worry about that, fam. We good. We thank you. I mean, if you send it, we'll eat it.
Yeah,
but no.
I ain't gonna tell you no. If you want to send it, please do.
We don't want folk think we up at begging for sardine. That ain't what we want.
Sardine begging.
Yeah, them all after dream. Every time I get on there on Sunday, they always begging for some sardine. Wait, no. If y'all, whatever y'all do, that's on y'all. We appreciate it. We really do. No pressure, family. No pressure. So speaking of like relationships, love, primarily marriage more than anything. Now look here. Should I ask, is it possible for your spouse, your spouse, not just significant other, not your long-term girlfriend or boyfriend or boyfriend to boyfriend, even girlfriend to girlfriend?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about J3 hashtag ill. Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm not above it. I don't want to can no minnow. You use minnows to catch catfish.
That's why I'm used to minnows.
Yeah, minnows for fishing. Minnows. I ain't never ate no minnow. Now.
J3, you be over there eating minnows? And if so, how do they taste, sir?
I know, right? They so little. That's almost like eating a sparrow. Could you imagine dropping a whole sparrow in some grease? By the time it fried iron, boy, that sucker about that big.
Yeah, it's not curved up.
Look like a little popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, like a popcorn shrimp.
Popcorn chicken.
Popcorn chicken. I don't want no popcorn chicken. They doing enough for chicken. I don't want no popcorn chicken. But look here. So, is it possible to? We all know it's possible to mistreat your spouse or loved one. What's up, Drew? How you doing?
Hey, welcome in, Drew.
Welcome in, family. But is it possible to take it too far?
Yeah, it is.
And potentially, like, mistreat or even abuse or steal from on a deeper level. Hey, Diversity Love, how you doing, family? Welcome in. You better get it. Oh, I know what J3 talking about, the little fish I eat over here.
Oh, yeah.
April don't like them. Oh, okay, when he said minnow, I forgot. I know what you're talking about, J3. It's the little over here in Africa where we at. They basically are minnows. He ain't lying. They is minnows. They like some of them. I don't like the ones that's kind of candied. I just like the ones with salt on in Korea. Oh. Yeah, and that's the one J3 like the most. The ones that's kind of candied. I like the ones that's just salt. They preserve. Some of them be smoked, and but it's a whole little bag of those are minnows.
Yeah,
and they got everything on them. They the head, the eyes, the whole everything. And every now and again I give me a bag and just walk around, shaking them like they candy corn, baby.
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, I can't do.
Nope. Hey, Blue Lotus, welcome in.
How you doing, Mama Nita? You better get in here and enjoy yourself.
That's right. Shannon said Jason mistreated me when he made me record him eating them nasty sardines in that small room.
You know Shannon, because she was a camera woman. She was just kind of like, whoa.
I did see that the camera kind of moved a little bit.
Yeah, that camera kind of kept doing this. Yeah, you held it in, Shannon. We proud of you, baby, because you held it in and you held it down.
You did.
Yes.
She's a trooper.
She is. And see, that's love right there. The stuff you do for your husband.
Yeah.
Or for your wife. Yeah. Or for your wife. Yeah. Living a natural for life. So she had them in Ghana recently.
Yeah,
okay.
Y'all talking about the one mouth, 1,000 fish.
Yes. Them little bitty, they are minnows. At first, I was like, what J3? Because I'm thinking back East Texas. I'm thinking about minnows down in the pond.
J3 said April never say never. I tried them.
She did try.
I don't like it. Before I was like, I'll try them first. I didn't like it. So I ain't saying never. I will never again.
April eat calamari. We both eat calamari. But I done ate octopus, like whole octopus. April don't. The little baby ones, they about that big. Got little big heads on them. Yeah. With all the little arms and
face was still on.
Face was still on them, and April was like, ugh, and I was like, hell,
it was still wiggling.
It was still wiggling. And it depends on what it is. Every now and again, I'm a YOLO kind of guy. So yeah, I picked them up with my little chopsticks and said, "Come here, fella," and they were worming and grabbing the grabbing the chopsticks and getting. Yeah. And I said, "Man, we gonna see what this fella." Didn't taste like much.
Yeah, I can see it.
It didn't really have a taste to it or flavor.
In sheer horror.
Yeah, it wasn't particularly good. It wasn't particularly bad. It tasted like nothing. Like nothing.
I think it'll be the texture for me. It's just.
It was chewy. Yeah. It was chewy, and when some trying to stick to the inside of your jaw and your lips while you're eating it, it's like, why bother?
That just don't sound like fun to me. Hey, Tactical Skill,
What's up, Tac? How you doing, family?
Welcome in.
Tac, you better get in here and enjoy yourself, brother. Man, y'all share this live out, and we gonna go ahead and get into this content. Motivation from the weightlifting geek.
Hello, Joseph.
Joseph. Sir.
Joseph.
We were just talking earlier about your premiere last night with Sudoku.
That's fun.
Again, y'all, for y'all who don't know what Sudoku is, most of y'all do. Joe is obviously good at it. My wife was sitting beside me in the bed, like, "Oh, okay, that's gonna be 7, that's 9, and that's 2," and I kept coming up with Jodeci. So I'm not a great Sudoku player. I encourage those because she was excited. She was like, "Ooh, this one gonna be this." I'm like looking at both of y'all like weirdos. But
why are we weird? Don't be Sudoku shaming us.
I did. I Sudoku shamed both of y'all. Because
you don't know how to play.
Yeah, well.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You're a hater.
Low key. I was soft cold hating last night because a little part of me wish I understood in the slightest way what was going on.
It's just a pattern, and you figure out the pattern.
Shut up. It's the pattern. You just have to see it. I ain't see no damn pattern. What I saw was a bunch of 2s, 7, 9s, 3s, 5s, and I kept coming up with Jodeci. So evidently Jodeci wasn't the right answer. No. So whatever. Forever my lady. Hey, y'all, we gonna get into this content now. We might play this, maybe we might actually play this another time or two, depending on how many people come in, but we got more people coming in, so y'all get... let me get over this side. It's like the light like it a little bit over there. There we go. We got John West Kipper fillets that we're gonna be getting into tonight. We gonna drop the link here in a little bit, but y'all get y'all sardine ready and get you whatever you got. Miss Cheryl, I don't see you yet, but Miss Cheryl, if you want to bust open them Vienna sausage,
you're more than welcome.
You more than welcome. Come on up. This is a perfect opportunity once a week to practice your prep, so you can give an honest opinion of it. It ain't gotta be sardines. I mean, this is Sardine Sunday, but let's say you got some. It could be dehydrated food. It could be canned food. It could be some mackerel. It could be some potted meat. It could whatever. Come up. We can talk about whatever the subject is, the topic of conversation. But it's also an opportunity for you to say, "Man, I ain't like these."
Yeah.
Or for you to say, "Oh, these pretty good. I like these."
I'll get more. Yeah.
You saving people money and time based off your recommendations. So don't rule yourself out.
Don't rule yourself out. Hey, John 74. I saw you sliding here.
John, what's up, family?
Hey, Outspoken Libra Crystal.
Yeah.
Look me in.
Boy, y'all better get in here and enjoy yourself.
Oh, it reminds me, Joseph is in the chat. But Nightbot is dropping the link, dropping to the website for the Hype Again. So if you are interested in participating in the August Hype Again.
Yes.
You gotta get it. Hype Again. The link is in the chat to sign. You can go fill out the form to sign up. It'll be reviewed by the Hype Again committee, and we will get back to you. So if anybody's interested, and if it's your first time and you're worried about, do it as a part of my Do It challenge. I don't know if y'all saw me. I went live yesterday.
Yes, proud of you, sweet pea.
Thank you. just to show people it's not that scary. It's nervous, you get nervous, but we have a great community full of people that are supportive. And I want to show people that yes, I was nervous, but I did it too. So if you're interested in the Hype Again, that is the perfect time to go live for the first time. You'll have support. So
absolutely,
yeah.
And in addition to that, the Hype Again, y'all make sure y'all check out some things and some stuff podcast. Yeah. We had the pleasure of having Eco Neighbor and Gigi's Naturals Homestead on yesterday's episode. Yep. And Eco Neighbor was live. He might even still be live now. We hung in as long as we could, but we got ready. We had to get ready for this live, but man, make sure y'all check them out collectively and individually. Yep. And make sure you check out their episode of Some Things and Some Stuff podcast, which is also being dropped by Nightbot. So yeah, y'all check out everything we got going on over here in this chat. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You can get on over there and check that out. Right. And it'll take you straight to wherever it is you need to go.
That is a fact.
So
we got more people in here. J3 said, I don't like dehydrated mango. I bet you don't, sir.
I bet you know it's too dry for you. You like yours juicy. You want that fresh, J3. You want that fresh.
All the mango juice.
All that slurping. Hey, Sassy.
Hey, Sassy.
What's up, Sassy? The experience with Sassy, everybody.
Yeah. Y'all check out Sassy. Sassy over there got the patio looking good. She's doing her garden.
Got her raised beds.
What? Come on now.
Pink out.
What? Yeah. Hey, the winter walker, Christina. She said, I'm here with my jack mackerel. Okay. Ooh.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
I'll do that.
All right.
I appreciate y'all being here.
We sure do.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I don't miss nobody.
Okay, family. I don't think we missed nobody. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and run this audio. Now, mind you, this is... Okay, I got to put out a disclaimer. Mm-hmm. When we bring content like this, we are fully aware that people play with the internet. As they should. That's what the internet for. Folk gonna do what they do. We understand that there are a lot of skits out there. We understand that there are a lot of people who try to liken very real situations to false situations. Mm-hmm. Before we bring y'all stuff, we really look and watch to make sure that we're not bringing BS.
Right.
But for the sake, because we can't 100% determine, okay, this is just wrong. But all go ahead.
It could be real or not, but the what's
plot
happening in here is something worth talking about.
It's worth talking about.
Whether it's real or not.
Whether it's real or not. But
for what you think.
That's exactly. Yeah. And as far as we know, it's real. Yeah. It's a very upset husband. And we want to know what y'all think. It is a husband and wife who are having.
We want to run it.
We want to run it. Let's run it, and we'll talk about it on the other side. So let's get this. Hey, Miss Grace Gines, how you doing? You better get in here and enjoy yourself. Y'all like, share, subscribe, share this live out so everybody can be a part of this conversation. We're going to come back and drop the link, and we're going to get these sardines popping as we discuss this Sardine Sunday's topic of the week.
That I don't know nothing about.
Okay, what he said was, this the husband right here. He said he got a bank statement in the mail that he don't know nothing about. We gonna talk about this on the other side of it, family, and we'll probably have to play this one more than once. But y'all just pay attention to the language of both parties, and I want to know, what will y'all do, and how do y'all feel? Let's get it.
Gotta work 2 jobs, about $20,000, knowing we struggling, man. This. Why do I got a bank statement in the mail with an account that I don't know nothing about?
First of all, don't come in here yelling at me about no account. I have an account to make sure I'm good. That's why the account is there.
Why are you taking money out of the account while I don't know?
You are my husband. I have to make sure I'm good. I'm if we were to ever get divorced, I'm not about to be out here with nothing.
We gotta make sure we good. This don't got nothing to do with you sitting taking money out that I work hard for.
Do you not work for us? Are we not a family? You want? Don't.
This is working for you. This ain't working for us.
No, it is. I have to make sure I'm good. I'm a woman. If you were to leave me, I need to be okay. What is the problem?
You need to be a problem. You're a self.
What's wrong with me?
Listen, check this out. At the end of the day, you can account for that I work hard and struggling.
I have to make sure I'm good. I can't. I'm not about to argue with you about money.
You are self.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Everything I've done for us. Are you serious? You mad because I'm putting
everything you've done for who? Everything you've done for me. I'm the one working. I'm the one putting in the time.
You cannot be for real right now, Key. Everything I do for us, and you're mad that I put a little money to the side for me?
Everything you do for us. Everything you do for you. Statement. This is just. I'm gonna tell you, man.
What are you gonna do about it?
What am I gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it?
I
don't care about this right now. I'm so
You know what I need to do with you? You know what I need to do with you? I need to account and stop sharing you. Cause that's the reason. That's how you able to go in my find my words and take the money.
Do what you gotta do. I don't care about it. I'm so serious. I'm not about to argue with you about no money.
About no money?
No, I'm not arguing.
It's just money to you, right? $22,000 is just a little bit of money to you, huh? I gotta go and work for that money, but it's just a little bit to you, huh?
I'm not about to argue with you about it. Like I said, if you were to break up today, then what am I supposed to do? I have to have something. And
if we was to break up today, you would be A-OK, my friend, because you sending money for I don't know how long.
It's not going to make me okay.
$22,000 not going to make you okay. Some people don't make that in a whole year at their job.
Well, then they need to get a job. Who can live off of 22? You acting like I stole $100,000. Come on. It's money you've been giving me that I just put a little bit to the side in my own account.
Why have you been taking money from my account and putting it in yours without me knowing? $22,000 is a lot of money to be missing. You live in a nice house. I pay all the bills for you. I go to work every day for you, for the family, for the kids.
Don't argue with me about the money when that was our agreement. That was our agreement. Now, you mad about me putting money to the side. I'm not giving it up, so I don't care. What do you want? Like, you can do what you need to do, but I don't care. I'm not. Yes.
Agreement?
Yes.
It was agreement for you to take money out of my account and me not know? When was that agreement made? Because I don't know. I wasn't there.
Ask for the money before I put it in my account?
If it was, yeah, baby, you should be asking.
It's ours.
It's ours when we make something together. That's when something's ours, when two people make something together, then it's theirs. If one person provides the whole situation, it's not an our situation, baby. It's a my situation.
So you're mad
and you
that
stealing from me because I didn't give it to you.
Stealing.
You
share an account, and I made an extra account, and I moved money to my own account, so I would be straight.
You something else. I'm gonna tell you that.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You something else.
No, I'm not.
So let me ask you a question. If I took $22,000 from you, that'd be okay?
You my husband. Do what you need to do. But no, you wouldn't be taking $22,000.
Of course you saying that when you're not the person working 10, 12 hours at a time. Of course you're not going to say that. Of course you cool with it.
Key, you so mad about this money. What are you going to do about it? I'm not giving it up.
What am I going to do about it?
My nails ain't even done right now.
What am I going to do about it? Okay, check you out. Check you out. What am I going to do about it? Big bang. All right.
Well, all right, y'all. This has been another episode of Another Far Greater.
All right, family. We got the link in the chat. And before we bring anybody up, because I see the comments starting to come in, we are going to discuss how we feel about it. Baby, you mind if I start?
Go ahead, yeah.
I just want to say, as a man, if it were me, and I see somebody said, I think it was the winning walk with let me see. It's Sassy said she out of pocket. The winning walk with Christina. Let me put this comment over here because it coincides with my feelings. The winning walk with Christina said this isn't about the money, it's about the lack of trust, which I agree with 100%. Already she's planning to divorce him, mistrustful and deceptive. She's not even thinking about him. I'm glad a woman said it because those are my sentiments. It's literally 1 foot out the door in a real low-key way, in my opinion. Do I know that for sure? Of course not. Is that how it look? You damn right. There have been times in our marriage and relationship, pre-marriage to marriage, we just gonna focus on marriage. I have been the primary breadwinner. My wife ain't never did nothing like that. If she did, baby, she ain't ball off of it because I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I can't remember no girls' trips to Costa Rica or no Birkin bags or nothing without no. And there have also been times in our relationship, in our marriage, where my wife has had a higher income than myself because we've been doing different stuff. And, we going to school or trying to gain more education. We work and move as a single unit, as a team. And I agree 100%. For me, it's less about the money and it's more about the deception that you have to have set in place in order to do that to your spouse, because we have joint accounts and we have individual accounts. If my wife throwing back or saving some money, then it's usually to try to get me something for my birthday that I done forgot about that's coming up, or something for me. Like, all them knocks at the door with Amazon packages wasn't always for her. It was like stuff that I just didn't mention. I don't even think about no more. And she like, baby, here, you had mentioned it'd be stuff like that.
Right.
Never, ever could I imagine holding 22 racks away from my spouse without her knowing about it or without it being designed with some intent towards the family.
Right.
That's just me. I got some other stuff to say, but I'll elaborate on that more as the conversation continues. But Sweet Pea, as a woman, as a person, period, what do you think?
That's foul. That's so messed up on so many levels. And I agree with the Winter Walker, Christina. It wasn't about the money, because like you said, I had separate accounts. You had separate accounts. Money I was earning, whatever. But it wasn't, you didn't know. You might not have known how much was in there, but you knew I had it. And if I use it, it was for us. It's been times where, stuff happens like, oh, how are we going to get through this? How what happened?
Right.
And like, oh, baby, I got you. I got it. Don't worry about it. Or he'd be like, oh, baby, I got it. It's not like, oh, you got that much? But what you doing with all that?
Right.
No, because he pulled it out for the family.
And this stuff we've lived through.
Yeah.
We coming from experience.
You don't do that. Like Baby said, her foot is... she got one out the door. Talking about, if you ever leave me, I need to be good. Go get a job. You'll be good. You'll be okay. I promise.
For real.
For real. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's not trust. It's a trust thing. It's a trust thing. So you just know I'm finna leave you. So you wanna stack all this money. And he said we struggling. So she had all this, and she could have did something to help with the family. Yeah. And she's like, what about me?
Working what about me?
And they got kids. She never said nothing about the kids. She said, what about me? What about me? I ain't even got my nails done. What they got to do with that? What they got to do with anything?
Yeah. No, that's real,
up.
Baby.
That's so foul.
And we got some people backstage we finna bring up.
Yes, we do.
But I'm going to say this too. Not only did she never mention the kids, everything. He was saying we, us. I heard, and this is
saying me, I,
right.
me. Yeah.
And
that's not cool.
I can only understand. I gotta say this before we bring our first guest up. I can understand the vulnerability of being a stay-at-home spouse, male or female. It's 2023. You got stay-at-home dads. I get it. You putting all your trust into another person to come through for you. So you do worry about security and how things gonna work out. But I feel like if best intentions had been put forward, it wouldn't have been a secret account. Right. It wouldn't have been held to the side. Right. To me, all I hear, all I see is I'm plotting, I'm working on something else. And just for clarity, so it's understood, whether it was a man or a woman, because there's a lot of sisters out here making more bread than their husbands. They love them anyway. They stand by their side and they still respect them. But when either spouse chooses to have a separate getaway plan, I'm making myself vulnerable. I'm being completely honest. I don't have a backup plan that she's not a part of. Mm-hmm. Is that my fault? Because that bite me in the ass one day? Yeah, because when you really love somebody, you make yourself vulnerable. Right. That's the only way I believe in really loving is making yourself vulnerable to the good, the bad, and all the shit to come in between. Yeah. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and bring up some of our guests here. We got this beautiful, everybody big sister, ladies and gentlemen. Gina versus Gina. And we got this fella right here, the mango/honey slanger. How y'all, what y'all got to say about this right here?
All good. All good. Go ahead, Gina. You riding.
All right. I'm parked now. I agree. I don't see a problem with it. I don't think it's a contingency plan.
Different perspectives.
But if something happens, let's even say it's not a divorce situation. If something happens to him, she still has something there to help keep her family going. I know that she was saying but with women, it's almost always implied when women have children. When we say me, we mean us.
Not always.
When I talk about my family,
not always.
It may not be always. But the way that her argument was back to him, where he was like, he played her as if she didn't contribute anything, like that she wasn't doing for them. It almost made it feel like it was more reason for her to have that plan, because you are devaluing what I bring to the table because it's not from work.
Yes and no.
Know. I did not appreciate it.
Yes and no.
I did not appreciate it.
I agree. If he knew about it, he didn't know, and he was taking.
He didn't need to know. Why did he need to know about it?
Gina.
He's taking the money from him.
Gina.
But she wasn't stealing. She said, "I asked you for money, and then I take and put it somewhere else instead of going and getting my nails done."
That was part. She said, the money, some of the money you give me, and he was saying, "No, you taking money from me too." It was both of them. It was money that he was giving her.
I don't know that he had proof of that, because he was saying across the board.
If I'm not mistaken, he said you took money out of my account.
He did say that, but she said I always asked, and then I would take some of that and put it to the side.
I didn't hear her say she always asked.
We're going to play it again in a little bit, James.
Listen to it again. She definitely said that.
We're going to play it again. We're going to play it again.
Let me give you my view.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
As you said, you agree with it. Now, I agree, but disagree as well. For the simple reason is, I think the lady should have her own account. But if she's not working, that account should not supersede the together account. Now, I look at it this way. My wife and I raised 5 children. My wife did not go to work until that last child went to middle school. Now, while I was in the military, she did work in and out, but the kids were small. She worked at a cleaner's, but she never really worked. So she got an account and she had her money, but I still gave her money. Now, many years later, my wife has retired also, but I give her money. I give her money that there's food in the house, and whatever need to be taken care in the house, it'll be taken care. But I pay all the bills. Now, what she does with her money, I don't complain about it. But the thing that comes to me is she should never say, I don't have any money, because her retirement, I don't touch. I don't touch nobody's money in this house but mine. And my money pays majority of the bills, house, everything in here. So why would you take money out of my account to put it in yours? There has to be some trust in a marriage. When you become married, you become one. And if you gonna hide an account, you're not being one. Mm-hmm. Now, my grandmother and my mom and some other people, when they get some money from their husband, okay, they may spend some money, but a portion of that is put up. Back in the earlier days when me and my wife was running around traveling, all that mess, sometime I came up short, and my wife, she pulled some money out, and we keep going.
Yeah, she done did me like that.
We had 3 accounts, but she realized that her account wasn't doing all that. So we got 2 accounts. We have an account that we use, an account that's saving. And you don't go into the savings account unless there's an emergency. Mm-hmm. Because there's money always in the other account. So taking money out to have a private account, no, ain't no need. If I pass right now, the money in the savings gonna go to her anyway. Long as they've been married, she got marriage license, she can't say she got to prepare if something happened. She gonna get the money anyway. If they're married, she's the first person that get the money.
If they married, she the first person to get the money. In what case? In what situation?
Well, even if they separated and they didn't get a divorce, she's still gonna get the money first.
Based on that might be in your state. That ain't everywhere.
Well,
that ain't everywhere.
That ain't how that works. Everywhere. And the only reason why I feel like this is because people are all cool until the ish hit the fan and y'all ain't cool. And I have seen many a situation where one of the parties, may it be the male or the female, will leave the other one high and dry. And that person will not have a pot to piss in, nor a door to throw it out of, and could have the kids to also try to figure out how to make some things work with. So just because y'all could be the mates of heaven, when the ish hits the fan, it could go left, and you just don't know. And it's not so much about it being kept a secret. It's so much about just having something put away. And it don't always have to be for that. Like you said, if a situation come up, you be like, oh, well, we good because I've been putting this away. So like in my house, I have what I call self-care. My husband really doesn't have a name.
Hold on, Gina. This the only place where I'm gonna stop you right here. Mm-hmm. Had she alluded to that, then that's how I would have interpreted it. But she had a very specific, distinct argument of it being strictly for her. She never said shit about no emergencies or if the family need this. Right. The first words out her mouth were, if we get divorced, if you leave me, I'm a woman. What am I going to do? As a man who exists in the role of being primary provider, we don't have the luxury. And I'm gonna tie this into what TX Lala said. Lala, the link is in the chat. We'll drop it again, and we're gonna play the whole thing again too. TX Lala said, I don't see the problem either, especially since he must otherwise not be managing money wisely. The money she had is money he gave her and was able to set aside. Not necessarily 100% true, for one, and for two, she's a better money manager. Now, this is where I disagree, because if it's easy to be a money manager if all you got to do is save. Let's say April ain't working and everything we live off of is coming from my income, because I'm working 12-hour shifts 6 days a week. For one, the way we live is our money, but for two, if all you got to do is save and I'm covering all expenditures, that ain't better money management. That's an ease of money management, because you have the luxury of knowing that everything else is going to be taken care of. And literally all you got to do is throw 80 a week back, 60 a week back, 40 a week back, 10 a week back. If you do that for a year, that shit adds up. So I don't see it as better money management. I just see it as the opportunity to save easier than somebody who got to spend everything, making sure the lights on, the water on, insurance, car notes, all of that stuff. But I do love hearing, that's why we had this conversation is to hear different people's points of view. Because Gina brought up some points. Okay, I see it from that way too. Yeah. But the link is in the chat, everybody.
I actually feel like Lala has a point there, though, because this is why I say that. Yes, it is easier to save when you don't have all the other responsibilities. The saving ain't easy, period. She's clearly not materialistic because $20,000 would have been ran through real quick. $20,000 is not a lot of money. Yes, it is for some folks. Trust me, I get it. But $20,000 is not a lot of money. People blow.
She did say my nails aren't done.
Like, that's what I'm saying. She's not out here being superficial and things like that. She's just, I think she's thinking in a responsible way. Can it be hurtful to the person who has to hear it? Yes, but it's still operating in a responsible way.
Gina, one thing you leaving out though is deliberateness. I cannot, if I was a woman, I as a man, let's equate nails to Jordans. I can go without them Jordans if I know my ass finna dip out. I can live real humble. I can go without. I'm not saying.
Ain't nobody living off of $20,000, and she even made that point. And he was like, "Well, yeah, people make that in a year. Some people are struggling,
but you can live off $20,000.
Where you going? You can't even pay rent for a year for that. You cannot.
Depends on where you live.
You ain't living nowhere in these United States and paying no $20,000 and living. It ain't happening. And she made a valid point with that, because what am I, like, literally, it's not that significant of an amount. It sounds like it when you ain't got 20 in the bank, but it's not. 20,000 goes really fast.
Go ahead, man.
It depends on the individual how fast it goes.
Just in my own
it sounds like a lot when you ain't
very
minimalist from somebody else, though.
What's that?
That's a lot.
I'm sorry.
It's a lot. Yeah, I said it's a lot when you taking it from somebody else and you ain't made it yourself. That is a lot of money to take from somebody. That's a lot of money, and he didn't know.
He did not know. I don't know if I totally agree with being like the stolen part of it, but I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
That's stealing. That's
key word is stole.
He didn't know.
She should at least told him.
But she said she asked. That's why I said we got to listen to it again, because she said I asked you for it, and then I would take what she asked for, and she said I'd take a portion and put it to the side. So if I say, baby, can I get $100? You give me $100. If I decide to take $50 and put it to the side, I'm not taking your money. You gave that to me.
But
what I did with this
now, let's be realistic. You ladies like to play with words too. Now you can ask for some money, and he say yes, or whether he give it to you, you still can go to the bank, get it, and said I asked for.
Well,
because you're gonna do a play. You ladies are gonna do a play on words. If you want
confused.
The money,
if I asked you for $100, what's the difference of how I get it?
If I asked you for it and you said then you you gave it to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I asked you straight up for it. Yeah.
And something else we don't want this to be is before we bring Brother Tory in and hear what he got to say, it's not a male-female dynamic. It's a spouse, and who does what. It goes both ways, because there are a lot of women out here who have higher incomes than their husband. This is strictly a spouse to spouse thing, regardless to which gender is given or primary. That ain't even the biggest point. The biggest point is trust. Yeah. And before Tori go, I see something else. I think who was it? Marlene. I saw some. I got some other comments to get to, but Marlene said, "I'm not leaving myself high and dry."
And you shouldn't.
And that's a completely understandable set of circumstances. But for me, because everybody ain't as traditional and this and that, I don't personally have anything built outside of the person that I chose to spend, and everybody's circumstances and points of origin and belief system and all of that's different. People probably been through some stuff that I ain't been through. I've been with the same woman since my early 20s. So this is all I know. This is all I want. This is what all of me goes into. But I don't have a backup plan outside of her in case she help. Maybe I should. I don't know. We'll learn something. Maybe you should. We having a conversation.
Like I said, I I have accounts, he has accounts, and there's money in it. He knows about it. He might not know how much is in there,
right?
But he knows that I have it.
Now,
and if
that
I have
part
to
I agree with. I agree with that because that's how me and my husband are. We both have accounts. Yeah. If he wanted to know what's in it, would it bother me? No, but he don't ask me. I don't ask him.
Yes, it would. But, yes, it would. Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
I don't know. J3, hold on, J3.
No, it don't matter what's in there. It's in there. He know I'm going. It's the trust thing with that because he knows it's in there for us.
Right.
If we need it, right, we gonna use it for us. It's not just for me. It's not just for me to be like, well, if you leave me, I got this. I'm gonna set myself. No, it's for us. It's for vacations. Right. It's for if the hit the fan. It's for we got in a bind or whatever. Like I said, he might not know how much is in there.
But he knows the fan is your spouse leaving you. That is an issue hit the fan.
That is a part.
But yeah. I get you though, because my thought in my savings has nothing to do with a contingency plan. Right. However, if ish hit the fan, I have this.
Right.
On that note, right there, hitting the fan. I told my wife we were joking or whatever, but I said, if we separate it, you can take everything out of all accounts. Mm-hmm. I told she could take everything. It's not hard for me to make money. It's not hard for me to survive. I say you take everything. So once you take everything, we'll be done. She can't come back for nothing. So it'll be me starting all over. That's just me.
Yeah.
Hey, Tori, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah, I was man, this is a pretty good convo right here. I was looking at that video, and one thing that stood out. Now, I'm automatically thinking like she's wrong and everything like that. For as not letting them know about saving up the money, but it was another thing that kind of tugged at me too. What if their history for as their arguments and stuff like that, what if he've always been saying, I'm gonna divorce you or I'm gonna get rid of you, or
could be we don't know
different different characteristics of he gonna let her go, and she got to that point where what, I'm gonna start looking out for me and my kids and going from there. So that changes the whole dynamic, but I will say is that just looking at it, off top, the first thing I'm thinking like, oh man, she's wrong because she should have at least told him. But you never know the details
exactly
how we got to this point.
Right.
I have a question. I have a question for all of you too. Did nobody have an issue with the energy he walked into that house with?
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, right. And that was
he came in hot.
He came in very disrespectful. I get you're angry, but you could have a conversation. Like, absolutely. He came in very hot and disrespectful. So like Tori said, it does almost feel like maybe there's something else there that may have made her feel like that was something she needed to think about.
Exactly.
True that.
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree. We don't know though. That was
and
just
I think
one
another thing too, she gave an indication that she already got it lined up. You know what I'm saying? It's like she said, well, what you gonna do?
That's it.
Right.
I'm taken care of right now. I got this and then the other, because the 20,000, like you say, that ain't, that's a lot to save, but it's not a lot of money, to live off of.
Right.
But at the same time, is that who's to say? How the way she was talking, like, it's more to that 20,000. I mean, it's some more money, and you never know what type of, especially if it's domestic violence, into play. And I know I'm putting a lot of things, a lot of scenarios.
But everything can be explored.
But I'm just saying, it is ways that you can look at it and say, well, because we don't know the whole story. Now, if that is a part of the story, if he's been saying, you know, I'm gonna divorce you, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, or you ain't nothing, or whatever,
Then
verbal abuse or whatever it is like that, does that change the whole dynamic? It changed the dynamic to me.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
Of course.
It does.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say something real quick. Now, y'all look here. We gonna watch it again. We gonna watch it again as a family. We got to get to some of these comments because I see Ray Official. What's up, brother?
Hey, Ray.
The winning walker, Christina, still in here. She made a good point. Everybody making good points because that's why it's so important to have these conversations. Because everybody feel differently about stuff like this. Because everybody's lived through something different. As a man, let's take everybody big sister, Gina versus Gina. I don't know. And I ain't even gonna use Gina. We gonna say just any woman in general may have built herself up to love again and put her trust in another man at some point in her life, but she remember what she been through and said never again. Like Marlene said, I've learned my lesson. I will always have something for me. I can't. I've been with her since I was 20. She was 20. I was 22. I'm 44. I don't know what that world and experience is like. These conversations
144.
all understand one another. For us to all understand one another. And as on the flip side, as a man, let's take worst case scenario. Like he said, he working 2 jobs, they struggling. She got 22 racks thrown back. He ain't never did her no wrong, but love up on her and the children. But she done met somebody maybe at Essence Festival or some shit like that, fell in love and decided she getting ready to dip out. And she been plotting for the last 1.5, 2 years, or since 2020 or some shit. Pre-COVID, she been plotting her escape. He messed around, went in the mailbox, got off work early one day, went in the mailbox. He coming home with flowers and a couple cans of sardines. Like, baby, this finna go down. And checked the mail and seen something that he wasn't supposed to see because both scenarios are possible, right?
Yeah.
So both of them could be what it is. That man gonna feel the same way as the women feel who went through a bad experience and won't never not let themselves fall without having a backup plan. Men feel the same way after they done been mistreated and put all their love and heart and trust into somebody. If you working 2 jobs, baby, I done did it. Luckily, we still together. I worked 8 hours on one and went for another 8 on the other one, and then had to drive them from Farmers Branch all the way across Dallas back to where we were living, sleep for 3 hours. I did that shit for 1.5 months, y'all. I know it took about 9 years off my life because I ain't never been that tired. Baby, it get real. But my point is, I said all that to say, everything that applies to one person could potentially apply to the other one. Ain't nobody wrong. I think everybody just in everything they done said and feel, because these conversations are they directly reflect oftentimes our lived experiences. But we're gonna play this one more time, and we're gonna meet on the other side, family, and talk about it a little bit more and get back to some of these comments. I am.
About $20,000. Knowing we struggling, man. This. Why do I got a bank statement in the mail with an account that I don't know nothing about?
First of all, don't come in here yelling at me about no account. I have an account to make sure I'm good. That's why the account is there.
Why are you taking money out of the account while I don't know?
You are my husband. I have to make sure I'm good. I'm not. If we were to ever get divorced, I'm not about to be out here with nothing.
We gotta make sure we good. This don't got nothing to do with you sitting taking money out of that I work hard for.
Do you not work for us? Are we not a family? You want? Don't.
This is working for you. This ain't working for us.
No, it is. I have to make sure I'm good. I'm a woman. If you were to leave me, I need to be okay. What is the problem?
You need to be a problem. You're a self.
What's wrong with you?
Listen, check this out. At the end of the day, you can account for that I work hard and struggling.
I have to make sure I'm good. I can't. I'm not about to argue with you about money.
You are self.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Everything I've done for us. Are you serious? You mad because I'm putting
everything you've done for who? Everything you've done for me. I'm the one working. I'm the one putting in the time.
You cannot be for real right now, Key. Everything I do for us, and you're mad that I put a little money to the side for me?
Everything you do for us. Everything you do for you. Statement. This is just. I'm gonna tell you, man.
What are you gonna do about it?
What am I gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it?
I
don't care about this right now. I'm so
You know what I need to do with you? You know what I need to do with you? I need to account and stop sharing you. Cause that's the reason. That's how you able to go in my find my words and take the money.
Do what you gotta do. I don't care about it. I'm so serious. I'm not about to argue with you about no money. I'm
about
not
no money?
No, I'm not arguing.
It's just money to you, right? $22,000 is just a little bit of money to you, huh? I gotta go and work for that money, but it's just a little bit to you, huh?
I'm not about to argue with you about it. Like I said, if you were to break up today, then what am I supposed to do? I have to have something.
If we was to break up today, you would be A-OK, my friend, because you been stealing money for I don't know how long.
It's not gonna make me okay.
$22,000 not gonna make you okay. Some people don't make that in a whole year at their job.
What do they need to get a job? Who can live off of 22? You acting like I stole $100,000. Come on. It's money you've been giving me that I just put a little bit to the side in my own account.
Why have you been taking money from my account and putting it in yours without me knowing? $22,000 is a lot of money to be missing. You live in a nice house. I pay all the bills for you. I go to work every day for you, for the family, for the kids.
Don't argue with me about the money when that was our agreement. That was our agreement. Now, you mad about me putting money to the side. I'm not giving it up, so I don't care. What do you want? Like, you can do what you need to do, but I don't care. I'm not. Yes.
Agreement?
Yes.
It was agreement for you to take money out of my account and me not know? When was that agreement made? Because I don't know. I wasn't there.
Ask for the money before I put it in my account.
Yeah, baby, you should be asking.
It's ours.
It's ours when we make something together. That's when something is ours. When two people make something together, then it's theirs. If one person provides the whole situation, it's not an our situation, baby. It's a my situation.
So you're mad
and you
that
stealing from me because I didn't give it to you.
Stealing.
We
share an account, and I made an extra account, and I moved money to my own account, so I would be straight.
You something else. I'm
no,
tell you that.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You something else.
No, I'm not.
So let me ask you a question. If I took $22,000 from you, that'd be okay?
You my husband. Do what you need to do. But no, you wouldn't be taking $22,000.
Of course you saying that when you're not the person working 10, 12 hours at a time. Of course you're not going to say that. Of course you cool with it.
Key, you so mad about this money. What are you going to do about it? I'm not giving it up.
What am I going to do about it?
My nails ain't even done right now.
What am I going to do about it? Okay, check you out. Check you out. What am I going to do about it? Big bang. All right.
Well, all right, y'all. This has been another episode of another Far Gray.
All right, family, man. I'm trying to go through and get all these comments. Thank you, everybody. Welcome all of y'all in for being here. Let me drop this link again. Thank y'all for being in the chat. Please feel free to share this live out. Let me drop this one more again and get over here. But now that we've rewatched it, I got to get to some of these here comments. But I do want to say, ain't nobody wrong. If there are men out here who feel like they would do the same thing to protect themselves in the long run, if it's women who feel like they would do the same thing to protect themselves, we just want to have a conversation and get everybody's perspective on it. Because I mean, life teach you what you need, the lessons that you need to learn, and your lessons may differ from mine, and mine may differ from yours. But for the folk up here on the panel already, what y'all, after rewatching, anybody hear something they didn't hear or got another? Just what y'all think? We're gonna go ladies first on this one, cause big sis smiling. She's smiling and shaking her head. Gina, what you got, Gina?
Whew, yeah, I definitely heard more things than I heard them the first time, but I didn't hold them here. he also made the comment that it ain't ours because we didn't make it. So it's his, clearly, all of it. And then it was another comment. He did. Did y'all hear at that time where she said that she took from money that she asked for? That he gave her, and she was put to the okay.
Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. She said that, and he's taken from the account too. So it's two different things. It's two things going on. It was both. Mm-hmm. It was both.
Now this was the other thing I didn't like, and it almost felt like it kind of cut and only showed what they wanted to show, because where she said about the agreement wasn't about the money. The agreement wasn't, oh, the agreement is that you could pull money from our account. So don't try to play me with the wordplay. The agreement was, I will be a stay-at-home mom and you go outside of the house and work. But it wouldn't be at a detriment to me. So it felt like it kind of cut a little bit right there where they got into the argument about the agreement. And I was like, that's interesting. But you could pick up what the agreement was, because the argument was in the fact that he worked for the money. And she was like, that was an agreement that we made, that, so she agreed to be an at-home mom in order for this to be the way it is. But at the same time, it is hard to give that up, of working and having income coming in, because of the fact that you always are worried of what's going to happen, how much control is the other person putting over me by having all the control of the money because they're making it. So it's just a lot of things that could be going on there.
And Gina, I'm gonna say this before I get to the gentleman, brothers, y'all please give me just a second to get this out real quick. I like what Gina said, and again, this ain't a right or wrong. This is a where you stand on it. And Grace Gines says something that I think is so absolutely profound. This is deeper than money. Absolutely. This is a video that somebody probably posted it at a point of anger. We don't know all the details. We don't know the history. We don't know the people. We going off of evidentiary circumstances strictly to for the sake of this conversation, because this does happen in people's lives. Like, the point of origin may be quite different from what we see. Is so much more to it, I'm sure, from his side and from her side. But the whole point of the conversation is to hear where people stand, what people think, and how people feel. And I really don't think I ain't heard nobody say nothing wrong yet, because
and let's preface this, I think I saw my Renaissance grandma said, like, why is he recording it? Is this factual? We don't know. Somebody said, is this a skit? We're not sure. It's just we're taking what was said in here and just trying to see what y'all think. It could totally be a skit. It could totally not be real.
Be real. And that's something that we led with.
The feelings that it evokes is worth talking about. We could talk about it.
Because somebody somewhere done went through this for real.
Right.
And we opened up this live by saying we try to investigate to the best of our ability. We don't really just put out stuff as soon as we see it, when if it's Tuesday or Friday. We don't do that. We watch stuff for a while. We'll try to look into it a little bit as time allows and see if it's just a skit or something for hee ha ha's, because we don't play with folk life like that. If this is real, then these are real people. By the way, just to show something we didn't say nothing about, we wanted to mention the other day, Carly Russell, a black woman, was abducted, apparently, allegedly. Blessings to her, blessings to her family. She is back home safe. She's currently hospitalized. But we didn't just jump on YouTube and say we finna talk about this because we seen it on the news and seen these are folk real lives, man. So blessing to her for anybody. We shared her out. We all the way in Africa, but we did everything we could as far as contacting people, sharing her out, letting people know about the story. Because if April was missing, damn it, I would want everybody in this chat to do it. We don't play games, man. That's why we got low ass number. That's why we at where we at, because we try to get on here and be grown. We take this seriously, because even if it's one person, you either influence somebody for good or for bad. Mm-hmm. Now, to get back to the original point, we don't know 100% if this is just a skit, but we deemed it a worthwhile conversation because people's emotions are all over the place with this topic and these types of topics. And everybody has a history, a point of origin, a story that they can relate to with regards to stuff like this. Now, we got some people backstage. Before we bring them up, I want to hear from Tori and hear from brother J3GS real quick.
Yeah, whether it's a skit or not, it's still a factual scenario, because this does happen, and you know, and there's different mechanics, there's different things, you know, it varies, you know, but one of the things is I in some situations, it can be about control. You know, it can be about or the fear of too much control. You know, when he say, "Okay, I'm working, I'm doing all this, I'm doing all that. I'm the one that's keeping this whole thing going
together." Yeah.
Then when she say, "Wait a minute, all this stuff that I have done." And it's almost like, well, you ain't did nothing. What you talking about? You know, so it's about control and the fear of too much control. What if something happens? All the balls are in this person's court. So
absolutely,
we looking at that. You know,
and Tori,
it can be, you know, in a factual scenario where it's about I done found somebody else.
it could be. It could. Both are possible.
Let me go ahead and save my money up, and you know, and do what I gotta do. But from this scenario, I see it a lot about control, because he's arguing about, you know, what he has done and how he has put everything together. Without him, it ain't gonna be nothing and all that, you know. So that's where I'm at on it.
I understand. Hey, before J3 go, what's up? Motivation from the weightlifting.
What's up, Joe?
What's up?
What's going on, big bro, big sis?
Hey, backstage, real quick. Just wave at me. Let me see you real quick before I bring you up. I can't do just the avatar. Just give me a thumbs up or something.
I gotta say, shout out to African Dream.
Okay, there you go. You good, fam?
Because I have never heard Tori speak so intelligently without any humor whatsoever. Literally, I'm scared.
Man, that's an insult, man.
He's a real man now, huh?
Remember, I'm a brain fitness coach, man. I got a lot of brains.
but everything you said, Tori, real talk, is spot on. Spot on. And this is a great conversation because it's subjective. It depends on the glasses that we wear, so to speak.
Exactly.
How we see the situation. Now, what I will say is this: where there is no trust, there will always be a problem.
Yeah. Sure.
So this is just a problem that results because of a lack of trust. If you're not appreciated, it creates distrust. It all boils down to trust. The money, the situation, how he found. It all boils down to trust. If two people are in a relationship, they got to be able to trust each other.
Yep.
No, I don't disagree. And I want to say, I could never, first off, like, even though we may have initially different opinions, like take Gina, for instance, how could I say that a woman or anybody else is wrong for how they feel when legally, nationally, women just got the right to have their own credit card in their name in 1973? Like, we can't skip. People don't a lot of people are so quick to just look at the present moment. Hell, in my opinion, there's a whole bunch of black folk walking around here with their nose up in the air. Baby, your ass just got the right to walk in the grocery store amongst other folks while you playing games, but you didn't get taught that part. So you just jump into the now versus what people have been through. It is so paramount and necessary that we really observe everybody, as many people as we can, lived experiences and wonder why they do what they do and move how they move, because there's some woman out here who may have been assaulted, who may have been whatever, and they live in a state of preparedness. And I'm not gonna make it a whole juxtaposition, but everybody move the way they move for a reason. Most black folk move the way they move for a reason. Women move the way they move for a reason. Men move how they move from what they've lived and been through. So I just want to say, as we conclude and as we keep going through this conversation, thank y'all for being respectful, considerate, and mindful of everybody else's individual lived experiences. J3, if you don't mind, I would really like to go over to Marlene very quick and hear what she got to say.
I'm gonna make it real quick because I'm not gonna stay on. Somebody just came in, so I'm not gonna stay on.
Okay.
I just want to say from the beginning, when all this started, he said, "She know we struggling."
Yeah, that's real too.
If we are actually struggling, there's no way you should be taking money from me or whatever the case may be when 100%. We're struggling together. Mm-hmm. So that might be another case too, where you putting it up for yourself. Right. And it's a whole bunch of scenarios to this. And one other thing I wanted to hit back was with Gina, where she said, I think sometimes men don't respect the fact that women are at home 12 hours a day caring for the children. I agree and I disagree with that. Me and my wife, we had an agreement that she wouldn't work until the kids got in school, which was middle school actually. So my wife, she didn't work for a whole. When I met her, she was in college, and I took her from that into the military, and she'd been going all around the place. So it didn't make no sense for her to get a job. If she had a job, she wouldn't have it long. So once I finally got out, and the kids were in middle school, getting ready to go to high school, she got a job, and hey, it kept going from there. But from some men may not respect it and want that upper hand on the wife and everything, but all men are not like that.
I did not say men. I said him.
I didn't say you, Gina.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say I didn't specify. I said him.
This comment was from Nikki. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say I didn't say it in general.
I'm sorry, Gina. This comment came from Nikki, the OC.
You know what, man? Hey, bro, I know we got to get to Marlene, and my wife can speak for herself, and I ain't trying to say this, but since you a man that said it, I'm gonna say this. I think this is where sometimes we miss as men. I myself haven't. Oh wow, I'm finna actually say, damn. Let's hypothetically, let's say I had ever been in the military, right? And this was here by me, and Joseph, I heard you.
Joseph,
sardines. I'm sorry.
We finna get into sardines, Joe. But let's say I think this is where women feel so not left out the equation, but the disacknowledgement of the sacrifice, because like you said, y'all made an agreement that's between y'all and y'all family, and it's for y'all to agree to. But at the end of the day, you still have you don't have infinite time. You have a finite amount of time to live your dreams, fulfill your personal goals, to fulfill all these individual things that you set for yourself. Now, we live in a capitalistic world and a monetary-based society. Sometimes being the breadwinner, which I had to learn as a young man, can overshadow because it get put on a scale. And when you give up so much of yourself for motherhood, family care, all of this, it may not equate to a dollar amount, but it's equally as significant. And sometimes I think, and baby, you correct me if I'm wrong, you're the first woman to correct me and the last woman to correct me. I think that sometimes as breadwinners, from the traditional standpoint, we don't realize how big a sacrifice it is to say, I'm going to finish my master's, when somebody 3 years old and you planning shit after they graduate high school, like that's so much to contend with and give up day in and day out, week in, week out, year in, year out. Sometimes I think people can develop certain resentments and they may not fully understand the point of origin or where it's coming from, but one day you just wake up and look at your husband and your kids and you want to kick all of them in the throat because you done gave up damn near your life. Now you're being taken care of, you're being provided for, but at the same time, you got hopes, dreams, aspirations, stuff you want to fulfill, and I watch my wife give that up, hypothetically, for the sake of our family, not in a monetary form, but hell, most of the time, one of my ass alive wherever I'm at, like for real.
Yeah.
It comes with something. So I understand you, bro. But on the part about her, with what she said when you first said what you said about the what you say, J3, when you first started talking?
I said a whole bunch, but now
they struggling. That part.
Right.
Now that part I can get with, because if you got 22 racks through back, and we kind of stuff get kind of tight. Mm-hmm. If you ain't pulled out 5 of that and made everything okay, I feel like your ass wrong. That's just me.
Yeah,
that's
me
just
too.
But we got to get to Marlene. Miss Marlene, welcome in. How you doing, fam?
I'm gonna leave you running, and I'm gonna be listening, but I got to go take care of something else. If y'all
all right,
still
brother,
on, I catch on. Peace, fam.
All right, fam. We'll holler.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me up.
For sure. For shizzle, as the young folks say.
Yeah, I just want to start off, always saying things with respect, but I come from a point of origin where I have been the lady in this situation. I went through absolutely atrocious relationship, and it was domestic violence involved. It was pure disrespect. Everything that I did was never appreciated. So coming from that, and then when the relationship ended, you having nothing, I made sure, I said to myself, I will never be without a dime, ever. So I start from that point of origin. I'm not saying that, what she did was right by not telling who she's with, but also I can see how he initially was speaking to her. I know how that feels. Like he just came in guns blazing. What's this? What's this? What's that? And and you don't do anything. See, that's how I interpreted it. And I've been in her shoes, and I know how that feels to be disrespected all the time. So when you get disrespected like that, of course, you're gonna make some plans for your future. Because, like, okay, if you're already disrespecting me, what's next? What's the next shoe that's going to fall? What, you going to cheat on me? You're going to leave me? So I'm just speaking from that point of origin. If you don't have respect in your relationship, I'm just going to be honest, you're going to make some plans for your future. But it's a whole different thing if you have a loving and respectful relationship. That's another thing. If you have respect in the relationship, there's no way I was going to be taking money and putting to the side. It depends on how your relationship is. If you have you have a good communication going on and you talk about things, and he said that she doesn't do anything. What, did those kids raise themselves? Did the dishes wash themselves? Like you
That's
were
fair.
saying,
That's fair.
Like you were saying, Julius, it's not like and it goes both ways.
Oh, she hit me with my government.
Yes, she did.
She hit me with. Yeah. Go ahead, Marlene. Go ahead, Marlene. Hit me with my government. Go ahead.
I hit you with the government. Yeah. So it's not that it goes both ways. If it's a stay-at-home dad, if it's a stay-at-home mom, those roles have to be respected. Kids don't raise themselves. You give up your dreams, for your husband. Right. You give up your dreams for your kids. So that should be like, you should be saying, thank you so much for what you're doing to take care of this household. And I understand that, yeah, it's tough to go out there and grind every day for $1. And I do think that she was wrong by, if they're struggling, for her not to like, hey, I know I didn't tell you about this, but I was saving this, for us for the future. I think that, yes, I definitely, because of my background, I definitely will always have a personal account, but I could never see somebody I love struggling and not go into that account and say, hey, I know I didn't tell you about this, but because of my background, so on and so forth, this is why I had it. Okay. That's how I would do it. I can't speak for everybody, but when you've come from like a point, like it was like in the middle of the night, just take all my stuff and throw it outside. And like, you have no money and you have nobody to help you. And it's like, I said, I would never, ever go through that again. So when you come from that, when you come from that type of, situation, you'll never let yourself be vulnerable like
Hell
that.
No. And I gotta say this, Marlene, I can't blame you. And y'all, I can't say thank you enough for a grown folk conversation, because everybody being so respectful. But hell no, I couldn't blame Marlene. If the shoe was on the other foot and I was a woman, or a damn woman, man, whatever, if I was the spouse who was dependent upon my other spouse, she has been literally, by definition, a dependent before. We had to grow together. We've been together since we was young. I had to get off of some of that cockiness of I'm the doer. I'm the doer. We had to go through that. I don't mind sharing that with y'all, because when you in your 20s, and then especially, what I'm saying, you feeling yourself because you out here doing good, and you feeling like what you doing is really important, and you get a lot of admiration and praise from the outside world, man. How do your spouse feel? I didn't say wife, I didn't say husband. How did that person who is there for you when you bring your ass home at the end of the day, or come back from wherever you been after so many weeks, they just happy you still alive, for one? How do you meet them? How do you greet them? Do you understand the worry that they've been through, the mental anguish, the keeping the house clean, the budgeting, the running the household?
All of that.
Hell, even checking on my family when I couldn't check on my own family.
It's a whole,
Go ahead, baby.
When you stay at home, you can't put a monetary value on it, but trust. I held everything around me down. That included him, the household, our families, everything. I had to do that. And it's parts of it when you're working and I'm at home. It's like, oh, that you might look at it like, oh, you just at home all day. You ain't doing that. Yes, I am. You know, I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot. So when you come home, you don't have to worry about this, and you don't have to worry about that and all this stuff, because you're making the money, but I'm holding everything down, and you have to respect that. Period.
Yep. And my one of my biggest issues with this whole scenario is, like Official Jamia put in there a little bit ago, and to me, I've tried to rationalize, because I'm listening to Gina, and even before, when we watched this video earlier, before we put it up or started this live, that's one of the things that stood out that I couldn't get over. If your family is hurting, and if you are in fact saving for the betterment and intent of the family, bro, working 2 jobs, there is no reason you could have kept 18 or 16 or 17. It ain't no, so you didn't pull 5 off of that to make sure y'all catch up, you good, everything is not only caught up to its level, but y'all ahead of the game a little bit. That part I don't understand, because until she proves me otherwise, that's something that after 22 years together, my wife ain't never shown and would never do. I think every person should have, like we said before, we got joints and we got separates. But when need arises, if you can't dip into whatever you got tucked away over here or over there, you wrong. In my opinion, you
in this together. If we truly in this together,
yeah. Go ahead, Joe.
And see, I think that part of this too is there has to be a mutual understanding. Because take the human body, for instance. Imagine if the eye felt like it was more important than the heart, or the heart felt like it was more important than the eye. Man, y'all got to work together because we got to live. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing in a relationship. Things may be done differently by different people, but there has to be a mutual understanding that at the end of the day, everybody's role is essential. Without any one person's role, this whole thing falls apart. And that was, to me, what was blatantly obvious in the situation. He minimized what she did at home. She minimized what he did at work. She said, I'm not giving it back. Do what you got to do. All of that comes from a situation of that misunderstanding, there not being a cohesion there. So who knows what they're going through? He said times are tough. That may be because he's the only one working. He wants to see things in a certain place. Well, we don't know all the details. But when neither person is willing to budge, that's a huge problem, period.
Yeah.
Let me throw something into the mix of it. And actually, I didn't see where she didn't value what he brought. I didn't see her make any comments to that, Joe. But that's not even what I was going to touch on. If he had walked into that same house, if the clip was different and it showed him coming in there in a state of hurt, because he came in from a state of anger, my opinion would be different. Ain't that something?
I think his anger came from hurt. I think he was hurt and that made him angry. I think he was hurt. I think he was hurt.
I didn't feel the hurt. I felt the anger. And if I had seen it as, because the reason I didn't feel the hurt, it never even came out before he walked in. It could have, he could have even made that comment before he walked in, like, I can't believe she would, I can't believe she would have done this to me. It was more of, she know we struggling, blah, blah, blah. But he come in and he's yelling about how I got this big old house for us and this and that. I'm with Lala. That might be some mismanagement of how you living, because a lot of us be trying to live a certain way that we ain't really bringing in the income for. Now you working 2 jobs to sustain that lifestyle of living, and it ain't my fault. You can't blame me for what you're willing to do to have this lifestyle. However, I feel I can be honest in saying, had the thing played out differently, my opinion would be different.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's just in all honesty, because if he had came in there and it wasn't a shouting battle, it was like, baby, look, what is this? And she, respond however she responds. I feel if I feel the hurt in it, because I'm that way with anything. Like if somebody comes to me hot and heavy, you're getting hot and heavy back. Like true. I can give you, I'm gonna meet you where you at. So if you can come to me calm, I can meet you calm.
Yeah, I get you, Gina. I understand. I can tell you from my point of view, if I'm hurt, my go-to might be anger. That's my go-to. If I'm hurt,
I know.
If I'm sad, because anger is the easier for me. Anger is easier to manage for me. I might not be like, baby, I might come in hot if I'm hurt by something you did, because I wasn't expecting you to do that. So my hurt might come off as anger.
She done came in hot before.
That's me. That's just me.
Because I would say anger is a little tricky, because if you have a scenario where a man cheated on a woman, right? The woman gets mad.
Come on.
The woman gets mad. She busts out all his car windows. Some women, not all women, but some women.
Let's just say some people. Let's just say some people. Yeah.
Well, the reason why I say this is because some people will advocate for her and say, "Oh, she was hurt." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Usually some women would advocate and say she was hurt.
Yeah.
Men would be like, man, she lost her mind, or whatever.
Yeah.
But so that's why I'm saying anger is a little tricky. But of course, when it gets down to abuse and everything like that, that's self-explanatory. That
Lala crazy.
That we way out of hand. You know what I'm saying when it gets down to abuse. But one of the things that I thought about was how love is often thrown around in relationships, in marriage, and everything like that. But what people fail to understand, some people fail to understand that the foundation of love is trust. See, some people, they look at the opposite, but it's hard to love somebody when you don't trust them. I know it is. It's hard.
It's almost impossible.
You don't trust them.
It's actually not even the foundation of love. It's the foundation of relationships.
Right. Well,
friendships.
Well, when we say love, I'm talking about when we say love.
Between a relationship.
And we just put love, because some people will say love is the foundation of marriage. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that trust and also respect has to be entangled. It has to be the foundation of love, no matter what. Because if you don't respect that person, if you don't trust that person, just say, for instance, if there was a display of trust in this situation, guess what? I won't be saving money. Or I won't be, well, if it was respect, I won't be coming up in there and saying, hey, what, blah, 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 blah. We'll have a healthy communication. So that's what I'm saying is that trust and that respect, so many people miss that. They miss that. And they go with and they go with the emotion. They go with the emotion of love. The emotion of love. The feeling of love. The goosebumps and all that stuff. But they fail to miss the meat and the bones of love, which is respect and also trust.
Yeah, I just wanted to interject for a little bit. Tori, I didn't know you could talk like that.
I'm telling you,
I'm kind of surprised.
I'm telling you, Marlon. I'm shocked.
I'm a very educated man.
My mouth is wide open.
I just have a entertainment channel and a comedy channel. That's all. Yeah. Y'all just know me as a comedian.
Yeah,
but I understand. Thank you. I appreciate the.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I'm giving you your props, Tori. Okay, so
no, I appreciate the the compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in and say it's something I was thinking about. From speaking from my experience, what I've been through in that relationship that went sour. It was a lot of red flags that was happening into the relationship. Disrespect. Not talking to each other in a nice way, in a kind way. And you just start chipping away at the relationship. But when I started the relationship with this person, we both didn't have anything. We both went in, we had nothing. So, I went in, I was not a person who cared about what he had. It was just like, but we have love together. We love each other and I'm willing to build together. So, I'm staying home, holding down the house, making sure, his work uniforms was done, make sure he had his breakfast, lunch, and dinner for work. The house was clean, blah, blah, blah. Making sure, everything he needs to do for his business was done. But then at the end of the day, when, he was going to school, when he finally got educated and got to the higher job, that's when he kicked me out. And
that's horrible.
That's what I'm talking about is people don't see when you are the foundational person to help them to be who they, turned out to be, There's no respect for that. They just think, oh, you just want the money that I have. But I feel like I contributed to who you became. If it wasn't for me, making sure you had your he didn't have to worry about, oh, what am I going to eat? My clothes, and picking it up, doing this. When he came home, I was just like, here's something to eat. The house is clean. Go take a bath. Go and rest. And how many people would do that? Like when you come home, they would be like, oh, we need to spend some time together. I'm like, no, you're tired. Have something to eat. Go take a bath and go to sleep. But once you start to get better, people forget who was there for me when I had nothing. So
it does happen.
When you finally do elevate, it's like, oh, now you're gonna kick me out and go to somebody else.
Yeah, you coming with the switch up.
Yeah, change the game. And Marlene, because we got to get into these sardines. Jordan already ate all of here.
I ate one can. I still got 2 left.
You ate one can. Okay. but for everything that Marlene just said, that is exactly why myself, my wife, we conduct these types of conversations with anybody. Can get on here on their thing and do however they do it and whatever style they do it. We come with a level of, we deliberately come with a level of understanding and consideration for all parties who are willing to participate in the conversation, because from everything that Tori said and what Marlene just said, it's like, you ain't lived through what somebody else done lived through. You know what you've been through, your own lived experiences, and people get hurt. And I believe in this life here, my lessons to understand and get, whether you religious or not, or if you godly or not, I think that my lived experiences are set for me in this life for my understanding, for me to grow from. I'm a man. I ain't never been a mother. I ain't never been nobody's sister, nobody auntie. All of these roles have designators of understandings and teachings that come along with who you are in this life and this realm of existence. Again, I appreciate all of y'all having the maturity and the adultness to have these. I don't know, where'd Gina go?
She dropped out.
Gina, you better get back up here and enjoy yourself,
she
girl.
She might have gotten in a bad spot. Gina, if you're still in the chat, just let us know. We'll drop the link again so you can come back up.
Yeah, and the link is in the chat. I seen Drew drop some really good stuff. I've seen a whole bunch of people. We want to welcome some people in before we get in these sardines. Y'all, this is the sardine for the night. We got some John West Kipper snacks. Yeah. So we finna get into these joints because Jordan already bust open one can.
Hey, Sweet Reed. Hey, Aston 85. It's so many good. Drew, welcome in.
The winning. Christina been in here. Sylvia, Fit Ever Quit.
Welcome in.
Thank
Tanya
you.
S. Welcome in.
Miss Grace Gines been in here. Thank you to our moderator.
Yes. Thank you.
Official J Mia.
Yep.
Up in here. Grammy's Journal. She said been in here. LP.
Welcome in. Miss QT.
Yes. In. Thank you for growing what I eat.
Welcome in. We're not ignoring y'all. This is just a good conversation.
Yeah. Hey, Tin. What's up, Sin? How you doing, family? You better get in here and enjoy yourself. Yeah. The educated natural, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Thank you for taking the time to be in here, sis.
TLC, welcome in.
TLC in the garden, another moderator. Yes. Thank you for another one of our lovely moderators. One of them up on the panel. I don't know how lovely he is. He plays Sudoku.
He's handsome and dapper.
Yeah, he dapper.
There you go.
He a real dapper fella.
Hey, Sean, welcome in. Thank
Sean,
you for being
Wellness
here.
with Frugal Mama.
Yeah, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Everybody.
Sean, TX Lala still rocking with us. Auntie Ellen.
Hey, Auntie Ellen.
Hey, Auntie
Ellen. I think John 74. I think we about caught up, but we really do appreciate all of y'all being in here. Mama off in here, my Renaissance grandma, LP. If y'all haven't shared this live out, y'all gonna share this live out. Now I'm gonna go pull the juice off of these, and you got me, Sweet Pea. Thank you. We're gonna go get the juice pulled off of these, man. Y'all got a couple minutes now to get y'all sardines and bottled water ready. So
Want to come up and eat some sardines? Drop the link again.
I'm gonna drop the link again. Anybody else want to come up? Y'all are more than welcome. Tori, where your sardines at? Now, Marlene, where your sardines? Don't be turning your mic.
I came up here for the convo, man. But I got a bottle of water if you want me to do that.
Okay, you can get away with bottle water. You ain't got no Vienna sausage or nothing, Tori?
Oh, I go look in the pantry right quick. Let me go
look in the pantry, see if you got you some Vienna sausage.
Yeah.
I only got some tuna fish. I got a tuna fish sandwich right here.
Marlene, bust open that tuna fish sandwich.
Tuna, welcome.
Tuna, welcome. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Y'all, it's Sardine Sunday. Everybody bust open something and get ready to enjoy yourself. Oh, delightful. Oh, got a present. Yeah.
Oh, the 755 media up in here.
Unlike 755 media, we not gonna play with these sardines. We actually gonna eat them. We ain't gonna do like how she did with them corn fritters yesterday, where she was. You just want to tease folk. You just want.
Welcome in, Sonya. See you. I saw you too. Thank you for being here.
Where's Sonya at?
At the top there.
Oh, hey Sonya, what's going on? Thank you for being here.
We give everybody a minute to gather.
All right, I'm back.
Did you drop the link again?
I did drop the link again. Let's see what 755 said. Okay, Tori got some Vienna sausage.
Now what you got over there? This tuna. Is that all right?
Okay. We got with the tuna.
Well, y'all didn't respond too good on that one. Let me go find some sardines. All right. Cause y'all like tuna.
Hey,
you guys like tuna.
Don't do that,
okay.
'cause I got tuna over here. Don't do that.
Marlene got tuna. You get tuna.
Oh, Marlene got tuna. Well, I gotta stick with the tuna then. I gotta stick with tuna.
Yeah, go with your tuna. It's all good.
Absolutely. 755 Media said people find comfort in people. People get tired of people. People use people. People stay. People leave. People are unpredictable, therefore be prepared to make adjustments and protect your finances always. And again, ain't nobody said nothing that's been wrong, because at the end of the day, we are increasingly, I'm a dude that's got a habit of accepting the world for what it is, not how I wish it was. Now, I strive to make the world what I wish the world to be, but in all actuality, I got to see the world for what it is, baby. We both from East Texas. I got my wife over here on the other. Well, we got each other because it was a decision we made as a family.
Right.
But we on the other side of the planet. I ain't got time to be lollygagging and guessing and hope for the best and unicorn. No, baby, the game is real, life real. I got my head on the swivel. I have to move and adjust accordingly for our protection and our safety. And that's no different to me than people who say, I've been through this, like Marlene said, I've been through that. And I got to move in a way that I got to make sure I'm okay, because life and the world has shown me that it will hurt me. It will take advantage of me. I learned a lesson from it, and that's a lesson I'll never forget. Ain't nobody who reached those conclusions wrong. I have a completely different circumstance. I fell in love with, been with my wife since my early 20s. I got a whole different lived experience,
and that
man.
took time, because trust, when we first met each other, we didn't trust each other like that. Like I had experiences, he had experiences.
Exactly.
And you like, I don't know, but I can't bring the last into the next thing, the next relationship, but you learn from it.
Who is Jody?
You learn.
Who is Jody?
What now?
Who been texting you, baby?
Stop it.
I'm
you
just
need to quit. If he felt that way for real, he would not be right here. True.
Hell no.
But it didn't start that way. That takes time. That takes time. You don't just be like, I trust you.
Oh yeah.
Here go my social security.
Yeah.
My bank card.
And my mother last name.
Yeah,
you crazy
hell.
hell.
We dated for 5 years before we got 5 of them.
And I
was watching him.
I was watching her.
Watching me.
I was watching. Yeah.
Man, look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
What's your passcode? Where your phone? Give me your phone.
You can get in my phone.
Okay.
And just because you got a lock on your phone don't mean you don't trust that person. It's for other people.
Yeah.
I got a lock on my phone. He got a lock on his. I can get in his phone. He can get in mine. It's,
Right.
And,
I was talking to Joe.
Have a backup phone. And
oh yeah, you better have.
Phone. Oh
you
yeah.
could.
Yeah.
You can have a burner. You can have a throwaway. But like I was talking to Joe, boy, my phone will be somewhere out in the bush of Tanzania right now. I was talking to Joe because I'm running out for my backup phone. And my other phone, I busted. It got ran over. It worked just long enough for the dude to call me. No, April. We called from April phone, and somebody was like, "Salama, Mambo VP." I said, "What that? Okay, so you got it. Where you at, boy?" So I started talking to him, and we met not at my house, but way down the road and stuff. And had we not had a lock on it,
right?
We wouldn't have got it back. Yeah. Ain't no way in hell. But anyway, so for this Sardine Sunday, family, y'all see these little delicious crackers. They kind of smoke. Ooh. They got a nice little smoky color to them. They smell sardine delicious, even though they fillets, they kippers.
Yeah. Hey, Salon Diva. Okay, Gina said, sorry guys, I lost signal when I walked into the store. No problem. You want the link again, Gina? You gonna come back up?
Whenever you want it. It's in here.
Hey, Miss Jones Truth. Miss Jones Truth said if she was at the house, she'd be all over this conversation.
I know you would. Miss Jones Truth be coming with it. Y'all share this live out, family. Feel free to share this live out if you haven't already. We got the Canadian Harvest. We got that Louisiana hot sauce. What you got, Joseph? Put it up there. Flip them, bro. Flip them.
Yeah, let me get this right. Where we at? Focus. We got the bar.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's Beach Cliff, ain't it? That's
Beach Cliff. Beach Cliff.
You're fancy. You're fancy.
Louisiana hot sauce.
Yeah, man. They making me feel like.
And then the other one was this one. Brunswick.
Oh, Brunswick. I kind of like those.
Brunswick go hard.
Like it was good. I couldn't stop, as y'all could tell earlier.
I see. Yeah, so thank you, Salon Diva. Thank you, Miss Jones Truth. We finna go and get into it. Baby, I hope all of y'all, do anybody else want to come up? We gonna give it one more minute, a couple more seconds for it.
Yeah,
Tori, what you got?
What you got?
I got
that candy.
I got Walmart, great value.
Ain't no Walmart great value.
Chunk like tuna.
Mm-hmm.
Something like tuna.
It's a value.
Hey, it works.
Value.
Yeah, it works. Hard times are coming to your town.
Yes, sir. Tori ain't finna eat none because he ain't even got his can open.
Jay, you notice every single thing, man.
Hey, bro, you not finna trick me with no tuna fish, no sardines, no nothing like that. I know that ain't no full top can on them. Anywho, I'm gonna get the first bite. You want first bite back? We're gonna do it without no hot sauce and nothing first, because these kippers, they slap a little different.
They good?
Flaky, tender. I got a real nice smoke flavor to them. The olive oil kept them from being mushy at all. They really held together and they skin on. Now,
do you think that's what keeps them from being mushy?
Skin on
olive oil versus water?
Oh, hell, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And the fact that these are pre-smoked, so not only are they stored in olive oil, they cook in olive oil.
Wow, it's cooked in olive oil and stored in olive oil.
Yeah.
I like the herring more than I like sardines. Those are good.
These are really good. Shout out my Renaissance grandma and everybody.
Sweet taste to it.
It's smoky.
It's smoky.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, tell everybody what you working with down there.
So, the first one, bruh, you were right. Look, as the kids say, for shizzle on these brothers. The olive oil, boy. Now, there's a little education when it comes to these sardines, because you can get the little ones that come in the can where you got the whole fish. Then you can get the bigger ones like the Beach Cliff where you got them steaks sitting sideways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These were good. These Louisiana Beach Cliff, they're good. They're not quite hot enough for me. Kind of want a little bit more spice.
A little bit more heat,
enough, just enough to kind of tickle a little bit in the back of your throat. You know what I
mean?
J3 told me just eat a cracker. He out of hand.
That's why I put it up there. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you, y'all.
Well, let me go get some hot sauce on
it. So now we gonna add, you want Tabasco too, or just hot sauce? Just hot sauce. Okay. So now we're gonna go with some Louisiana hot sauce.
Well, I'm over here having. I'm over here.
Oh, go ahead, Marlene.
I'm over here having albacore tuna, so I got my pinky up too.
Ooh. Okay. Albacore. Okay. We see you, Marlene. We see you. Pank is up, baby. Mm-hmm. And 755 gonna put my fire off in the chat. Knowing good and doggone well. See, that's the thing. You gotta be able to be happy for other folk, because I know good and damn well 755 ain't finna eat no sardine. But she happy for those who do.
Earlier she said she
Swedish fish. Yeah.
Okay, the hot sauce took it up a notch. They took it up a notch by themselves. They
put me a little dab right there,
baby. They got enough flavor, enough salt.
They are really, really good.
Smoky.
Yeah.
Ain't
now we don't see these over here in country too often, but the next time we do see some of these John West kipper fillets and sunflower oil, we're gonna grab these up, because these are truth right here.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
And baby, show everybody the one my Renaissance grandma sent us.
Oh, these the King Oscar?
Mm-hmm. Mama said we a connoisseur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fancy ones. These were really good. I really like these.
This is my last can, y'all, of these. I'm saving them. Shout out to Good Eats Homestead.
Yep. Good Eats.
Shout out to Good Eats Homestead.
Okay, Resilient Dad said, give me 10 minutes. I got mine.
Okay. We'll still be up here.
Shout out to J3.
Yeah. Listening while driving. Okay, Resilient Dad. Living Natural for Life said, y'all gonna make me want to break out my sardines, but got beef stroganoff on the menu today. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah. So back to the conversation we were having earlier, very briefly, as we enjoy these sardines together as a family.
Hey, Tech Money.
What's up, Tech? On this episode of Sardine Sunday, we heard a lot of good opinions, a lot of good thoughts, a lot of people with different lived experience. And Marlene, I just want to say thank you yet again in another conversation for your vulnerability, for being able to share some of the things that you lived through and why you reached the conclusion that you done reached. And I'm not mad at you again, family. I ain't heard nobody be mean or say nothing wrong. We all live through different stuff that creates
different perspectives. And go ahead, absolutely. Baby. We all have lived experiences that shape and mold our perspectives. So nobody is right or wrong. That's just their perspective and what they've lived through and what they had to deal with and what they overcame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what they've learned to never allow themselves to go through again.
Right.
Was old girl 100% right in what she said? Hell no, in my opinion. Was old boy, could he have approached her in a different way? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But I gotta tell you, when I'm mad, because for me, it's about the lack of trust and the deception. And I'm gonna tell you, if I came in, let's say let's say I was in the military or something, like I had ever been in the military, and I stopped by the mailbox before I come home. I've been gone 3 weeks, a month, something like that. And I find out my wife got a whole nother kind. Hot. Old boy came in nice compared to how I'm finna come in. Cause baby, why the hell? I'm thinking we a family, a single unit, and we got a good understanding. And this how I gotta find out. Rather you saying, baby, even without the amount known, if you would said, baby, I got a little something tucked away for a rainy day. It could be 10 racks or it could be 100,000. First off, you got 100,000, you doing some stuff I don't know about. So, but you got an OnlyFans or something.
Something going on.
Something going on. So whether it's 10,000 or $100 to keep that from me, that's the part that it just make me feel like I'm being cheated on, man.
Yeah, that's hurtful.
Yeah, I would be hurt. I would be very hurt.
Well, and see, I'm gonna tell you something. The part that got me the most was her refusal to give it up. That was what got me more than anything else. Because if he's simply struggling and then it's presented and you're not willing to let go of any of this that's set to the side, so you willing to watch me struggle while you do other things. That's the part that got me. Because I mean, hey, it may not have been expressed. Maybe it was a surprise. We'll play devil's advocate. But when we had this conversation and you say, I'm not letting it go, do what you got to do. See how now we don't get so far left that we right. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Right. It wasn't even that for me, Joe. It was the what you gonna do about it? What you gonna what you gonna do about it? It was like that you kind of bold with that too. Like, really? Like you know, maybe get some understanding, like, baby, I did it because of this or that. What you gonna do about it? You ain't finna do nothing. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Right. Real quick, Tori. I don't mean to cut you off, bro. I want to hear what you guys say. I meant to say this while Gina was still up here, because when Gina said it, I observed and I noticed that before we even put this up. But he did come in kind of hot.
He did.
But she came in unapologetic. She didn't say, baby, this was for this was for that. She said, this is for me. What if XYZ happens to me? And as a man, what if XYZ happens to him? What if he break his leg or something and he at fault? So it ain't no workers' comp. It ain't the job fault. He get in a car wreck or something like that. And then their livelihood is completely compromised. She never said nothing over the course of that conversation that would have alluded to, baby, this is for us if we need it. There was no we, but I just want to throw that out while it was on my mind. Tori, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and I truly don't mean to deviate from the conversation.
No, go ahead, bro.
I want to ask you all this question right here. I know that there is a possibility it may or may not be a skit or whatever, but to me it's still a realistic scenario.
Absolutely.
One of the things I did want to ask everybody on the panel and also in the chat, what do you think about people or couples recording arguments? You know, putting arguments on social media,
all brother,
on lives,
all brother. Yeah,
you know that. I don't understand the whole. To me, that kind of like brings a lot.
Out
about that particular relationship. There's, you know. So what y'all think about that?
Well, I would never. I would never, because that can be an argument right then. The internet is forever. You don't put that out for everybody to see. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody got something to say, and that's forever. And we could talk about that.
Make up,
and then we fine. But it's out there for eternity. I would. That's just stay at the house. Y'all should have that conversation between y'all two. Why are you putting all these other people into it? And then don't get mad when folks have opinions. You put it out there for them to see.
And that is one of my issues. You're right, baby. That's one of my issues with him. And we interested in hearing what the rest of the panel got to say. Hey, I just want to say, man, the link is in the chat. I would love to hear from Drew and Miss Grace Gines and Official J Mia. Any other people who've been putting TX Lala, y'all been putting some good comments in here. Come on up and talk about it before we get out of here. That's right. To what Tori's question was, if y'all haven't listened to some things and some stuff podcast, I interview with Gigi Natural Homestead and Eco Neighbor that we dropped yesterday. Y'all should really check that out, because that very point came up in conversation. Everything baby said is 100% true. When we were younger, and this is something that the newer generation is not afforded. They don't have the luxury, because so many of them do pick up their device and they want to record it in real time. So they can seek validation from those who gonna be on their side, and so they can condemn the person that they against in that moment. But like baby said, it lives in the internet for forever. It ain't no going away. And when we was younger, we both had tempers. We were both hot-headed. We hadn't always been the same two people you see now. You know what I'm saying? She's strong-willed. I'm strong-willed. She got a mouth. I got a mouth. It was a whole bunch of back and forth. But we kept that in our house. There was no this right here. Right. It ain't nowhere. Hell, it took a couple conversations for us to figure out, okay, even when we do have disagreements, we can't even be calling mom and daddy no more for advice.
That part.
Right.
That part. Take too long. We wasn't finna put family in our business.
Family in our business. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
well, I will add to that, you know, me having a vlog channel, I had a conversation with my entire family, and I told them what I was going to do. And then they said who wants to be on camera, what they want filmed, what they don't want to film. So I started off already knowing to respect my family, and also like what conversations, like, I don't want you to talk about this or that. When you have that type of, you know, like, yes, it's my platform, but I represent my family. And when things get put out there, everybody can know certain things, that some things I don't believe that social media needs to know. That's personal family business. But some people, unfortunately, they'd rather sell their soul for views. You know, they're about that money. They don't care about how family feels. They don't care about their reputation. All they think about is the here and now. But those things have long lasting. That's forever. When you put that on the internet, that's forever. You can tarnish your reputation forever. And I will say, like, when I was going through all of this, I thought long and hard about saying everything I was going through and say this about this dude and, you know, this and that. But at the end of the day, I always said, but when you speak about somebody else, when you point the finger at one person, you're pointing fingers back at yourself as well. And my mama didn't raise me to be that way. So I thought about the things that my mom has said, even though my mom is not here anymore. She raised me to have certain values that it takes two people to have an argument. It takes two people to, you know, put down the other. And while I walked away from that relationship, I've never disrespected him. I never have put his name out there and said the things that we went through. I just said that relationship ended. And I think that that's how you have to, you know, be mature and grow up.
Right.
But I will say that when you're in that, I'll tell you, when you're in that, you do feel like being petty. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to say this because you want other people to be on your side. But in the long run, you wind up biting yourself in the tail. You know,
facts.
You're the one that gets mud on your face when you're trying to highlight somebody else's flaws. You highlight your own. So I thought about it a few days, and I said, no, I'm not going to do that, no matter what you do. And I think that when I did that, I made him upset because he was waiting for me to, you know, do something nasty, call him out so he could have something else to say. But I never gave him that. I never gave him that power. And I said, I'm a whole grown woman over here. You can do what you choose to do, but I will never disrespect myself because I was raised better. And I think that when you're in the heat of the moment, you have to learn, like, stop and think for a moment. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. So I'm glad that I did, because I don't have anything now to haunt me. Whereas he put stuff out there and people have said, but I know how your wife, what are you saying right now? I know her reputation. Like, you're saying she was this way, but we know her. And then he has to go and backtrack. Well, yeah, I did a few things. So be careful about what you try to put out there to paint people in a bad light. Because when people know somebody, they're like, I know her character. Like, no, you're not going to do that. So be careful what you put out here on this internet.
And I'm gonna tell you, What I want to say is actually a conglomeration of what everybody's already said. And as you were talking, Marlene, I couldn't help but think about a previous live stream, Jay, where we were talking, and I can't remember the title of the live stream, but you were mentioning how, was it your cousin that y'all were gonna go take care of the guy because he was mistreating her?
Oh yeah.
And then you know what I mean, you circle back and now they all good. And then
live through it.
What y'all just mentioned about in-laws, all of that applies to everybody outside of the situation will always hold on to something longer than you will. Because they're not in the situation. You present bad, but there's always some good there somewhere. You see what I'm saying? So as far as putting it out there, that's the step to the end, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Not only are you seeking the place to record it, but then you want to share it with the world. But you don't have a problem with the world. You have a problem with that person. So if you don't fix the problem with that person, adding other people into it will never give you the solution to that equation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The reason why I brought up that question.
Hey, Tori, before you.
Oh, I'm
Tori,
sorry.
real quick. Bro. No, you good, bro. Go ahead, baby.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, first up, what's up, D Mood? How you doing, brother? Welcome in, me brother. How you doing there, fam? I gotta say this.
Drew, who your spouse?
Don't get out. Leave that man business alone. Who is this spouse?
Yeah,
I don't want to be nosy. April knows. I ain't nosy. But I want to say, like that is a reason that a lot of people do record, because in that moment, bro might have been so mad that for the first time in their marriage, he was thinking divorce. He was thinking this was evidence. And yes, it does vary by state, but certain events that can occur can be tantamount to, and even those laws are changing. But back in the day when I was a young man, one of the few things that could get you away from alimony, away from, never child support, but from alimony and maybe giving up the house or the lake house or something like that, was your spouse being caught in the act of infidelity.
But I think it's a difference between, recording a domestic violence situation and giving that as evidence to the police, as opposed to putting it on the internet. That's different. Yeah.
Well, you got. I mean, I consider it like this, y'all. Before Tori go, because I know Tori got something to say. But when we think of these type of conversations like that, right? So you can also what they call taint a jury pool, because let's say they do get divorced. Now, divorce, that's civil, not criminal, but even the judge, y'all, these judges, I don't give a damn what your title is. You are people, judges, professors, football coaches, doctors. They folk be watching Twitter. Yeah, they have personal bias. They be watching TikTok and YouTube just like everybody else. Maybe not to the same extent as a creator, but what if that judge see he or she has already seen this? Like, that could work in his favor. It could work against him. Again, there's so many what ifs, because we don't know how many times she done filmed him. Like, we it's just so much that we don't know.
Just one clip, one snippet of a whole bunch of stuff that's probably going on that we don't know about. That's just one part of it. See, Drew and Shane, he said Sean. That's his.
Oh, hey Sean, how you doing? 755 Media. We get fancy on Sundays, honey. Now, will I bust open a can of sardines and eat them with my fingers during the week? Yes. But on Sardine Sunday, we use our proper toolage, even though this really ain't my sardine fork. I got a little bit of short sardine fork, but this is just a regular house fork.
And so they weren't fishy. 755. Some sardines are very fishy. I can't do those. But those, they weren't. It was almost like a smoked salmon.
It was almost like a smoked salmon. Yeah. Actually, it was really nice.
It wasn't fishy.
Let's get first off, thank you for being here, Seattle Black Veteran. We're gonna get him right real quick, and then we're gonna come back with Tori and see what he got to say here. But first, let's get this man here right. And I gotta play this first for all the. No, I'm gonna do this first, and then I'm gonna we're gonna get Seattle Black right real quick.
Thank you, Seattle Black Veteran. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And for everybody who didn't hear it when we first came up, baby, It is Sardine Sunday, and before, here we go, baby.
Here we go again.
With another Sardine Sunday, baby. Oh, we got some folk back there in the background. We got y'all wave at me real quick. Let me see your pinky finger or something. Okay, there you go. You good, bro. And what about you, young man? The other one back there. The other one back there. I'm waiting on you, sir. Wait, we'll bring you up after you do right. We're gonna get this one up right now.
Well, I'm gonna drop down, everybody. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you, Marlene. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, much respect.
And thank you for sharing your perspective in your story. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your perspective. And thank you for the compliment also.
No problem.
Hey, Tori, I gave you that compliment. You told me I insulted you. What's going on?
He did, didn't he? He did.
I was just playing with you, Joe. But thank you for the compliment, man.
See, now I feel better.
Thank you for the compliment.
Hey, we got to say this, man, before Resilient Dad jump in. We got to say this because I can't wait to hear his thoughts and opinions. Man, I tell you, I feel proud. We feel anytime you can get Tori to get up here and talk like that, because I know I done talked to Tori. We done talked to Tori. Tori a smart brother. Tori a really smart brother. He go comedy with y'all, but he really is he a solid cat, man.
But Tori, before sorry, Resilient Dad, but Tori, you posed that question to the I want to know your perspective.
Well, my perspective is, I mean, I looked at what I believe Drew was saying, that sometimes it is helpful for evidence and everything like that. So I mean, I'm two-sided on the situation. I mean, I'm open-minded, but for some reason I have seen the negative, part of it. More than the positive, because there was a husband and wife. I don't know if you guys heard about this situation where the wife said that the husband was allegedly cheating on her, and I think they found out that he wasn't even cheating, but she confronted him. In their home, she confronted him, and he was like, "Hey, get out of my way, this and then the other, that didn't happen," and all this stuff like that. And I think the mother-in-law was there and all of that. Yeah. And it wind up in a fatal situation. The wife wind up, taking
right.
You know what I'm saying? His life. So yeah.
Wow. It get heavy. It get heavy. It get real.
Yeah. So I've seen, and just like when everybody asking, was that a true scenario? We don't know, but those things do happen. The scenario is factual, because those things do happen, and also people do film. They do film altercations like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All the time.
Because apparently
all the time.
That was what happened with that husband and wife situation. Apparently and unfortunately, that was that was not a skit right there. Because he wound up losing his life. Yeah. So
yeah, it does happen, brother. It does happen more unfortunately more often than, and we live in a world where we're surrounded by tech and information. And if we don't dwell in or delve into certain spaces, like I'm you just not nothing against them, but I'll use them as an example. Like World Star or something. I don't know what the latest round of videos or whatever on World Star is. Eventually it'll make its way over to my online spaces. It'll come through my FYP or come through my algorithm at some point, but it's usually old by then. But for people who live in those spaces all the time, even though they're kind of semi-banished, Hell, this folk, man, you can see all the fights you want. You can see all the folk kicking homeless people. You can see all the domestic violence. You can see all the stuff you want to see on a day in, day out basis because it's there, because it does happen in real life. So, but for some of the changes that have been made by some of the social media companies, it would still be as prominent as it was 5 or 10 years ago. And you could literally just watch folk fight all day if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you very true about that, bro. Hey, Seattle Black, you back there, man. Just let me see you real quick. I see your avatar. Just wave at me. You ain't got to be up on camera. Just wave at me.
755 said, if I make some bacon, can I come up? You can make bacon. You can come up without the bacon. You can
Yeah.
755.
You 755, you can come up, talk about your channel.
You
can
show
come
that
up
bacon though. You show that bacon.
You can and you can nibble on some of it too.
Miss Tracy, welcome in, Miss Tracy Anderson.
Hey, Miss Tracy, how you doing? Do we got Seattle Black? I saw your camera switching, but I never saw you. Resilient Dad, what's good, brother? How you doing, man? Welcome in.
Happy Sunday, everyone.
Hey, Resilient
What a
Dad.
glorious day indeed, man. How's it going?
What you got going on, brother?
Man, a little bit of nothing, whole bunch of something. Yeah. Definitely. I think first of all, I thought the video recording, like I had the initial thought, first why record, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still, even though I'm of this generation, I'm still like, I guess, cut from a different cloth. It's like, if there's something real personal, I'm not, even if I record it, I'm not going to upload it. Like, right? So it's like, that would live forever. And then I look into the intention of, is this real or fake? Was it staged or not? But I think in person, in general, though, the value that you get from these type of things is, it gives you something to think about. What is, the right way, or what is the most honorable way, right? I would never record our partnership and things like that because I honor myself and I honor, my partner, right? But in these events, it's becoming more and more popular. It's becoming more and more popular because
it is
for clicks, clickbait, and things of that nature. But if you really wanted to resolve something, you will go get help and you will communicate right to each other. Exactly. And that's it. Like, those are the only people that need to know. You, the help, the partner, and God, right? Yep. So I just don't understand certain things. I do understand, especially when it's something that's domestic. I understand the need for a record, right? But I just think when you have too many people in your situation, it makes it hard for you to resolve it.
Yep.
That's a bad day. Yeah. You don't get to move on. You don't get to, because y'all can rectify and understand one another, make your grievances understood, move on, and man, it's out there and it's gonna live for forever. So unless it's something that y'all collectively okay with literally the entire existing world knowing, you might want to keep those. Again, the closest thing that I can juxtapose it to is putting, sometimes that I've learned over the course of my marriage, of course, family is there for guidance and for wisdom and lived experiences and all of that. Most of y'all up here are parents. That don't mean you want all your family in your business, because the worst thing you go tell your family about your spouse is all they gonna remember, man or woman. Y'all done made up, moved on, but they gonna remember the worst things about them. And the world is the same way. And as Marlene was saying before she stepped down, you may get the immediate gratification of feeling justified and maybe supported, and it's like, okay, the world see me, the world understand my side of it. But once y'all good again, the world still see your side of it.
So and the other part too is once y'all good again, that's one opportunity, like one outcome. But just imagine if you were in another relationship and they still seeing that side, right? And you're in a whole other relationship, they're gonna still look at you from that instance, right? They don't understand the growth or any resolution in between time. They're gonna remember you from that instance. And that's just something to be mindful of.
Exactly.
That's it. You were the family that did it 6 years later, and your relatives still slamming the mashed potatoes and gravy. You trying to figure out what's going on. And they thinking about that conversation you told them 7 years ago. Facts. About how he did this and she did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, real. That's for real, bro.
It's a funny thing. It's a very similar note, but on a lighter note. When I just started dating my wife, they had like this. They had like a birthday party for one of their elders, and I made a joke. I was like, "Yo, they washing because nobody wanted to eat the food, right? It was like a thing. Nobody wanted to eat the food, but everybody was grubbing after the alcohol set in and stuff.
Right, right.
I made a joke. I was like, "Yo, they washing that stuff in the sink." And to this day, I
never lived it down
because I was making a joke because my parents used to wash, the chicken and the stuff in the sink. But it was like a joke. Right. But it made it seem like I was coming off like bougie and reserved and stuff. And this was like years ago, almost a decade ago.
Right.
And it's one of those things where when you put everybody in your information, like when you share that, right? Like you gotta like understand what it comes with, right? And everybody like doesn't forget, like everybody just can't move on passively. So still this day, that person in-law is still like, we still cooking in the sink. I'm like, me too. So it's all good. But it's one of those things. It's like they remember forever, like,
and they always gonna remember. And even as two people who get up here. Week in and week out, we say we share certain parts of our lives. We make ourselves vulnerable. Everything is with intention, for one, to help somebody else, and with the intent and understanding that we both comfortable with whatever we share. And if you're not in that headspace, Torrid and share some things, Resilient Dad, you share some, vaguely, because you kind of chill on it because you're not from a content that's creating point of view, but on some of my lives, on some other lives, giving some great commentary. Joe have his late night chats where he'll talk about stuff with his dad and different parts of his life. And this next man, Seattle Black Veteran, he showed doggone and talked about some different parts of his life, and he shares them openly. But if you on the fence about it and you're not comfortable with, don't get up here sharing parts of yourself that you can't live with other people knowing. Because us personally, we don't give a damn, babe. We've been through the fire together, and as long as my wife all right with me, I want to be loved. I want to be understood. I want to be welcomed and heard for my opinion. But I don't give a damn. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be right over here eating dope. Everything ain't get everything. You will never know everything. You ain't gonna get everything.
And one thing about it is when you put relationships and money in the same conversation and allow people to comment on it, man, like that alone is like mixing oil and water. It's
that's
like
ugly.
What you're doing.
For real. And Seattle Black, what you got going on, brother? Welcome in. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Salute to you, and please forgive the avatar because I'm looking dusty.
You good, friend? You good.
But I'll bring up two points. And I agree with what you said, my brother African Dreaming, is that sometimes cats put these things on here so they can have people all on their side, so they can feel comfortable about saying, see, these other people thinking. I'm like, dude, this is not the Jerry Springer show. Stop the bull. Right now, I'll give you another good example that we just seen recently in a court, and that was the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Remember all the videos?
Yes.
She was doing videos to set him up, and it was backfiring on her. But she was doing those videos to embarrass him and put him to shame. I think that was her true motive of it, and she ended up backfiring on her because a lot of the stuff she couldn't answer. But and that's just, this is true. One of my brothers just said this. I think Reality Dad said this. Money is an intricate part of a relationship because it can cause stress on a relationship, and it can make you, look, when the pandemic broke out, it was a gang of people getting divorced because they was living in the same house. 24/7, you know, and they're like, I can't take this. So now imagine money right now. And I'll give you another good example, and I'll freeze up. I had a good brother, a good friend of mine. Oh, I'll say to her, I put stuff out about me because I'm 60 years old and it don't matter. But it's just about me, okay? But I had a good brother, and he was married to this one female. And he was working. He said, I don't want my wife working at all. She don't have to work. I work. I bring home the money. He would bring home the money, give her money to pay the bills. And then he'll get the notice in the mail saying this bill has overdue. You go and ask her what happened to the money. She went and spent the money on Beanie Babies. Believe this.
Oh wow!
I don't know, what the thinking was behind that, but I tell you this: money. This is what happened in the long run. He comes home and finds out that she got I think a $3,000 loan, and it wasn't him that co-signed for it. It was another man that co-signed for that loan.
Wow.
You feel me on this? You see what I'm saying? Wow. So, and no man's going to co-sign for no woman's loan unless he's, knee deep in those underwear. Right. So, it actually wasn't money, but it was money. If she needed money, she went and got her a job, and she was spending all her money on what she wanted to do. He was taking care of all the bills and everything. So I'll give you the final outcome of this. And that was this. I came back. I haven't seen my brother in like 10 years, but people have heard to the grapevine that his wife was over there tricking to get money, to get more money. Right. And then on top of her tricking to get more money, her little baby girl became a drug addict. Right. So, so it's, and like you said, I agree with you. Don't be putting your business up on the internet so you can gain momentum to come down on the other party. Look at all these, it's like a Jerry Springer show, right? Then you get the audience clapping for you. They just want to see more drama. And like your brother said, this is very true, is that 5-10 years down the road, when that baby girl gets 20, 21, 22, and she's looking on the internet and find this crap, now what, so yeah. But thanks for letting me say that piece.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say thank you for your perspective. Hey, young Riaz, welcome in. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Miss Jones Truth up in here.
How you doing, Miss Jones Truth?
I'm doing Jones, fine.
Thank you for being here. Before you go, just something very quickly on what Seattle Black said. That's something that I think requires a certain level of consideration because for me, and I'm glad Tori posed this question. I'm glad Drew said what he said in the chat, along with a lot of other great comments. It's a matter of representation. Now, we've been together 20-some years. It's been times I've been at my fittest. I've been at my wealthiest. Same things for my wife. I mean, we just been at our best. We've seen each other at our lowest. But we've always realized that we are, in fact, a representation of one another, right? Whether we got the approval of the world or not. That's a whole different circumstance from me knowing that I'm deliberately indulging myself in actions that are a misrepresentation of the woman that she is, the woman that I got down on my knee back when it was good and said, will you be, in my life forever. And when it comes to the kids, what he just said was so important because it may seem fly by night in the moment, but the internet lives for forever.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna tie this into something I wanted to say before Seattle Black said what he said. My heart aches and pains for this generation because they are robbed of obscurity. They are robbed of mistakes in private. Now, when we say young folk, at my age now, some of us hear that we think 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds, post-adolescents, preteens, whatever. No, baby, I'm talking about grown-ass people in their 20s and 30s who grew up with these apps and this technology, and now we're seeing how it flows on over into grown folk. Because now you got folks 25 and 35.
That's all they know.
That's all they know. So they still acting upon this immediate, let me share, let me tell, let me show, let me give. without full recognition that they can never revert back and undo that once it's on Facebook, once it's on the Instagram machine, once it's on the TikTok machine, baby, that lives forever because somebody screen recorded it. It's somewhere on the server and you can't take it back. Allow yourself the opportunity to grow into the person that most of the people around you hope and know you can be and grow into. I just wanted to say that. Now, with that being said,
and real quick, just to add to that, not to cut you
go
off,
ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Mr. Seattle, you said a few great things, and I was like, yeah, like seriously. There's a new way of bullying that's happening that all of our future generations are going to experience. And that does come from archival videos that people will no longer have in their feeds, right? And it's being pulled by parents or others and elders that already had that, right? They didn't
and some folk family. I don't mean to cut you off,
some
of your family.
Literally somebody like close to you, you know, to be able to have that. And that's the unfortunate part, especially when your kids are being impacted, or let's say you don't have kids and it's like your newest nieces and nephews, right? Your youngest are getting impacted by, you know, that imagery. Like that's not the way it should go, you know. And then also too, just thinking about just the whole work nature and culture. I thought I had this thought about. I recall a time when I was fresh in corporate, and everyone used to brag about, especially the men, used to brag about, oh, we taking this extra trip or taking this extra meeting because I just don't want to go home and talk to my wife. I just want to keep her quiet. It used to be a culture like that, and I was always a part of it. It's like, wait, I'm not here just because I like you. Like, I want to go home to my family. You know?
Right.
I'm doing this so the family is good. Like, the foundation is good, you know? So I can see the shift in understanding and mindset. And even during the pandemic, that's when everyone really had to sit down with their decision, you know? And really had to understand, can we work this out or can we not? Do I want this opportunity of a job or not? Do I want to pursue this or no? Right. So everyone really had to live with their own decisions and eat their own dog food. And that did create a lot of turmoil. Right. But the ramifications of that is now more authenticity, more truth. And it's very hard to cover everything up when you're being false if everyone's seeing everything at the same time in the whole world. So now everyone is almost on the same playing field to a degree because of that experience. It's not favorable at all. Nobody wants to wish that. But in this generation now, it's interesting to see now everyone has a common ground from that. So,
yeah.
We lost John Truth. I put the link back in here for Miss John. Maybe
I'm gonna say one thing. I gotta step down and run an errand. Y'all know I don't have air conditioning in my car, so I'm trying to take care of that. But I had to come through and love for Big Bro and Big Sis.
Thank you, brother.
Because y'all know in my lives I'd be looking like I'm walking in Tanzania. But anyway, what I wanted to say is, first of all, thank you so much, Big Bro and Big Sis, for this excellent live stream. This is a great conversation. And I think that what's beautiful about this conversation is who y'all are as a couple, because that allows you to have this conversation. Because of the relationship that the two of you have, you can express things from both sides for those in the audience, and then we get to be a part of it too. Tori, thank you so much for your intelligence, boy. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, anyway,
he come with it when he wants to, don't he?
And Seattle Black, you already know how we do.
I told you, man.
I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate the compliment, man.
Likewise.
I was just playing when I said what I said.
I know you were. I was just playing too.
I was sweating too when I said it too. I was dedicating that to you and your air conditioning in your car.
ARD, you already know how we do.
Appreciate you
so much for having me, and
appreciate you.
This is what YouTube should be about. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all watch YouTube for entertainment. We like to see certain things, whatever the case may be. But in my opinion, this is the future of YouTube. This is an ability to have something that you take away from the live stream that makes you a better person. So with that, I say thank you, Big Bro and Big Sis. And we'll
thank you, brother. Good luck. Good to see you, brother. Take care. Salute.
All love, fam. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Much love.
Yeah, Joseph.
We'll see y'all later.
All right. And you guys see this on the internet when you look up when YouTubing goes wrong. When a lot of these brothers who are out here, when they were still in the PPP loans, they were on the TV, on the YouTube bragging about it. Yeah, look at all this money I got. Mm-hmm. And then the next week they're arrested, right? Yep. A bunch of cats like that, you know, showing all this stuff, trying to get, like you say, what do we say? Clickbait, what they trying to do, you know, get a bunch of clicks and everything. And I'm like, geez, but the brother who just left out, I 100% respect and appreciate what he said, because on the YouTube, often when you try to give information that's helpful, people don't want to hear that. They want to hear the drama, the Jerry Springer type of stuff, you know. Yep. And that's what's sad too. And like you said, my brother African Dreamer, your beautiful wife there. You get these guys who come on here and they will sacrifice their integrity just to put this out. And I'll give you one back to the relationship. I was in a relationship with a lady, and pretty much she was like a sugar mama. She told me that from the giddy, right? But as I was with her, you know, I was 10% disabled veteran, pulling maybe $200 a month, and I was trying to get a job. And so she would come home and try to, you know, debase me, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, look, I clean this house. I mean, there's a 3,000 square foot home. I said, I clean this house. I walk the dogs. I cut the lawn. Oh, I can do that. Okay. All right. So I said, okay, I'm bouncing. I'm out. Peace. So I bailed back up to Seattle. She calls me on the phone a month later. Hey, how do you turn the fire pit on outside? Right. So the $500 water fountain, the fountain that I put for her is no longer working. Outdoor barbecue grill, no longer working. And so what really pissed her off to the highest of festivity was when I left, I came up here a year later, they back paid me from 2019 all the way to 1989, right? So that was about 200K that came to me, right? So I called her up and I said, hey, yo, I said, you say I owe you money. How much I owe you? Because she's talking about you owe me money. So I like, you owe me $1,500. I said, okay, cool. Give me your account number. I'm going to send it to you. After I send that money to her, brother, she went totally south with me. She called me up. You know, all the things I did for you. You know what I did for you. You know how I'm like, first of all, when you do something, you got to remind somebody that you did it. It ain't worth what you put in it anyway. The only way you're doing is saying, because I want to have leverage over you, right? And I'm like, this is straight up bull. So I told her, I said, well, okay, what is it that you want? More money? No, I don't want no money. I said, then why are we having this conversation, right?
Right.
So, yeah, you know, but like you say, and I agree with you, brother, we don't have to go on the internet and put that on blast, you know, and even if I know the woman, I'm going to talk about the situation, not the woman.
Right.
But, you know, and it ain't going to be on, you know, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I think that's totally, like you say, and I agree with you, brother. These young brothers and sisters are caught up in this social media thing. And if you look at it now, we got more young people going to jail. They want to get ready to pull life sentences because they can't handle the situation and they go to the internet looking for an answer for the situation. And we need to do this. And good show today, brother. I really appreciate it. Somebody asked me, we need the older people coming up talking on the show here. But I had a younger brother try to talk smack to me on the internet. He was on another person's channel. And I was like, whatever. But now he sees me and he know he was wronger than two left shoes, right? So, but anyway, But yeah, that's crazy for the brother. And I'll say this, he could have came at her in a whole different way instead of what the hell is this, blah, 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 blah. You know, you know, because you know, just say you get more bees with honey, right? So I'm gonna have to sit down with you and go, okay, well, where's this money? You know, what's the purpose of this money? Why are you taking it from my account? Why are you taking it from me and putting it on the side? And she came up, I gotta look out for me. Well, then looking out for you is getting a job and putting that money from your account in that separate account. If that's what you're looking at, because seriously, you're stealing from me. You just thought, she goes, what's 20 G's? I said, I'll tell you what, 20 G's will get you a car.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot of racks right there. I mean,
there you go. Yeah. Only thing she's doing is stealing. And she's trying to co-sponsor it by saying, well, I'm at home taking care of the kids. Well, the kids could get a sitter. The kids can get, a watcher, but most time your grandparents want to watch out for your kids if they ain't badasses. But you're gonna they ain't baby's kids, right? But if you come and steal from me and try to justify stealing from me because you're looking out for you, whoa. Isn't it? If I go to the store, if I come to your house and visit you, and I go, I like this album, I walk out with your vinyl. You're like, what the hell? You stealing from me? Well, I'm looking out for you. Well, at my expense? Come on now, let's get real about this. I don't mind you having a separate account, because someday you might want to save up to get that Gucci handbag or the Victoria's Secret, whatever. Cool in the game, but don't steal from me and try to justify that you have to look out for you. Now, somebody said this earlier in your chat. That shows that the problem is deeper than just that money. They already have
that, and that's my walk comment earlier in the chat. What is the difference between stealing and sharing?
Yeah, I saw that. And I was hoping you would come up and elaborate on that. Because
we get together, taking. You just taking when you're stealing.
Yeah, I know we're getting pretty late in this, but it's
we only got like 10 more minutes. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it's like, what is the difference between stealing and sharing, right? You go to jail for stealing, right? But if you invite me to the store and say, yeah, man, everything is good, come in.
Yeah.
But you got to buy what you want. But you're inviting me to the store, so I assume that, I can just take this and not even go through the register.
Right.
Good, right?
Yeah.
So the process is the understanding that you have to go through the register in order to walk out with it, right? It's not saying that it's not for you if that's what you want, right? It's saying you got to go through the register. And hypothetically speaking, this is the same with relationships. It's not saying that you're stealing if you said, all right, every time I give you money, you have this, that, and the third, right? But if you're not going through the process, and it's not about control, it's about understanding and communication. It's that part, right?
Yeah,
that's the register, right? I could be down on my luck and still have to go through the process. I got to go through the register, right? So it doesn't matter whose shoes it is. Like, there's understanding. There's like it's a respect, there that you go through the register. Otherwise, you're gonna get arrested. You're gonna get a fine for that. You're gonna get
for sure.
Right. Yeah. I just don't like the fact that people are publicizing this type of stuff, because
absolutely,
it's good to publicize it because people that don't know are like considering things. But on the other hand, publicizing it doesn't allow you an easy way to resolve it, because
it doesn't equal resolution.
Adds more issues.
It adds more issues. It gives the rest of us an opportunity to have these types of conversations. With that being said, welcome in Panamosity. Miss Jones Truth, I got your comment up on the screen. If you want to come up and say something, Miss Jones Truth, please come up, because we ain't gonna keep y'all too long tonight, man. It's been an amazing Sardine Sunday, and we just want to give Miss Jones Truth.
Good to see you, Corey.
Good to see you.
She stepped down.
I completely agree with what is up on the screen too, because
go ahead, baby.
That whatever it is that's between us. I've been on the phone. My mama knows me, and she can hear in my voice, baby, y'all all right? You okay? She don't cry, but she knows. But I'm not gonna tell her, and she respects that, because that's between me and him, and she knows that's between me and him to figure out.
Real talk.
She's been in her relationship with my dad for 43 years. They
43.
43. They have their stuff. That's their stuff. I'm their child. I don't need to know that. Same goes with us. If we have a disagreement or an argument, she might know something's wrong. But if I don't tell her, she not pressing me, or she not, saying, well, what do you do? What it's not, that's between us, and that's for us to figure out.
And
period.
And I have to say this too. Because everybody ain't blessed in this regard. I have the type of in-laws, my wife, mama, and my wife, daddy, because they do know their child. Even
don't
back,
say it like that.
Whatever. because they do know their child. Even back when we was younger, before we had a full understanding of what we understand now. Yeah. I got the type of in-laws that play a fact. It's a whole lot of stuff can make success. I got the type of in-laws that will ask my wife, April, what you do? What did you do?
My daddy, this is the man told me. We had an argument and I went home. I was upset. We were both upset. I went home. He said, baby, you can't come home every time y'all have an argument. Y'all got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got to figure that out. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what was wrong. None of that. He said, y'all got, if you going to be together, y'all have to figure that out.
Yeah. That's real talk.
Oh, that's beautiful. It reminds me too, with our relationship real quick. And my dad told me, he said something real like cold to me at the time. Like in my night, I was 19 almost. He said, be careful who you invite into your relationship.
Oh, definitely.
Be careful who you invite into your relationship because they will always be there, you know.
Always.
Can I say I may add on to that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
And my sister is 100% correct. You know, like how you stay in your lane. And this is what I say as my age now. One thing you don't do when people come to you complaining about their relationship with somebody, you stay neutral. You stay out of that because what can happen is they're gonna make up. They'll make up later on, and they'll be looking at you like you fucked up. Part of my vernacular. They'll be looking at you. I'll give you one good example, and I'll let it go. I'm over I'm over at my old spot where you always see the fire engines and everything going by. So I'm doing a live stream, and this woman comes to my back door. Right, it's almost 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, you know, what's up? She goes, I want to tell you about this dude. This dude she's messed with, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, my point on this, and please forgive me, guys. I'm like, if you ain't sleeping in my bed and you ain't paying no bills here, why are you inviting me into your issue? I'm not trying to get no panties from you. So you need to, I said, well, hey, you know, that's your deal, right? So 2 months later, I see her pull up in front of the apartment complex and he runs out and jumps in her car. Now imagine if I would have said some stuff, right? I would have been the guy. Take all your energy and put it on him. Because he said I shouldn't do this, or he said this and that. Yeah, so yeah, you guys are 100% right. You know, stay in your lane. Is that what my girl just said? Yeah, stay in your lane and stay neutral when it's somebody else's business. Because if I'm not getting paid for this drama, Wendy Williams, my boy passed away. I mean, if I ain't getting paid, you know, that's like fighting these days. If I'm not getting paid to fight you. Oh no, dog! I gotta use my mouth.
Miss me with it. Miss me with it, and that's what Joe was talking about when he left. That's what Motivation from the Weightlifting Geek was talking about when he left. Because I have shared a situation where, you know, I had a family member, I had a relative. I was young. I was a little less calm than I am now, and this relative meant and still means a lot to me. But had a situation with a dude. Me and my partners, because you know that's young, environment impacts you, the more vulnerable you are, and we out riding like we he did this, he did that, like for real stuff that could have me not here with the wife I got, like we really looking and riding and stuff. And all of this took place, and I'm gonna wrap this up, give everybody a chance to talk in a minute, but was riding looking for dude. Everything started a little bit before midnight. We literally rode till the sun came up, stopped back by the spot early in the morning. Coming down the street, guess who I see standing in the front yard hugging? I can't. That's one of my top 5 maddest I'd have never been in my life. But I walked away from that with a whole never again attitude. So if anybody wonder why I talk about taking a deep breath before you insert yourself in other people's circumstances and situations, baby, I'm glad it happened young in life versus the age I am now, because that's one of the best life lessons that the good Lord and never them bestowed upon me. Excuse me. So with that being said, man, we're going to wrap it up. We ain't quite gone yet, but we're going to give everybody a chance to say what they got to say. Tori done ran to the bathroom real quick.
I was going to say, I didn't.
We're going to start with ARD.
I got these.
Oh! We got the same ones, Jason had. Got them high dollar. Yeah. You got them high dollar sardines, man. Go
but these are the ones I haven't seen ever. Have y'all seen these?
Oh, I've never seen them.
Wow.
They come in a whole box.
Hey man, you bougie, man.
Caviar sardines, right?
Yeah, caviar. Hey man, how you gonna go to like what is it? Whole Foods. You gonna come in here with Whole Foods?
Hey, Whole Foods don't got them like that. Yeah, something else you gotta have out here.
Come on,
yeah. You guys are too much. Right on.
Well, go and bust them open in. I ain't got no more.
I need the protein right now. Ooh, this one right here. Them kippers.
Yeah, them kippers.
Jesus, they kipping too. I smell it.
Yeah, Jay, while I was on the phone, I heard you telling people I went to the bathroom. Man. I ain't going to the bathroom. I had a phone call.
Yeah, you did go to the bathroom real quick. Ain't no wrong with you.
I heard you in one ear. I had the other phone in the other ear. And I know you're going to say something about ear. When I say ear, I'm sorry. Ear.
He said ear.
He said ear.
I was going to let you make it, Tori. He said ear.
Now, we all know Tori lived in Texas for a while. But one thing Tori can't do is hide that St. Louis, baby.
Right.
You can't hide that St. Louis. I don't give a damn where you live.
But we love it, though. And that's the thing, though. We understand exactly what you're saying, Tori.
Every word.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad y'all understand, April and Jay.
Yeah. Girl.
Salute to you, Seattle Black man. It's been a while since I seen you. How you doing?
Man, it's a blessing to see you too, man. I'm doing great, man. I got to tell you guys, I enjoyed your news channel when you had my couple on here with you guys. You guys are too stupid funny, man. You guys are crazy. I saw that. You guys had me rolling. I'm like, good Lord. Okay.
But hey, something else, man.
I appreciate you doing that, brother. And it's so good to see you, man. Troy, I'm way back when Troy done blew up just like African Dreaming and blew up. And I have nothing but love and respect for you guys. Appreciate you, man.
Man, thank you so much, brother. Man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And all your contribution of what you do for the community, man. Teaching us about
absolutely
the benefits, the veterans, man. That's a good thing, man.
And I'll say this. I appreciate you saying that, Brother Troy. And I'll say this, and this will be my exit for you guys. And I appreciate you, Troy, for bringing it up. That is so. I appreciate that. And I got blessed with a brother who I was trying to help fight for a long time, and he was going through some mental issues and everything. And bless his heart, good brother. And he was at 10%. They just raised him to 60%. Which is cool. Yeah. And I told him, look at your benefits because once he got 60, they'll help pay for his kids to go to college. That means more money coming into him, and that's the thing. And I appreciate what Troy says. Hearing that from Troy and from everybody, like even African Dreaming, my peoples, and just hearing people saying I had success. And he says, Seattle Black, I want to give you props for it. He says because I would have gave up a long time ago. He said, but you kept telling me to fight, and now I'm at 60. I said, right on, brother. I'm going to try to help fight you get 100. So, he's doing better. Now that means a free doctor, free medical, get ready to send his kids to college.
Man,
and that means he'll get paid probably $200, $300 more on top of his 60% for each kid he has, right?
Yeah.
So that's more money. And that's so he can be pulling in a good, maybe, I want to say $15,000 to $2,000 a month. Just for that, right?
Wow.
And now
that's life changing.
Yeah. And now that he got that raise, he's eligible to get help with getting a job from the VA anywhere in the country. And if he sees a job he likes, they'll send him this training for it for free so he can get the job. So that's, and I'm like $2,000 extra a month that you're getting on top of your job that you're getting. So that can help put him in a home bracket if he's in an apartment or whatever, by himself. So I appreciate you guys. And African Dreaming, man, you guys are always bombing. You, Brother Troy, my other brother, I haven't met you yet, but peace and salutes to you and everything. I appreciate what you had to say in here.
I'm subscribed to you. Yeah.
And you guys, I wish you nothing but love. You guys know this. God bless you. And I'll look for you out here in the YouTube streets. And you two beautiful people, you guys keep it rocking over there, all right? And Troy, keep them going. Troy started Brain Games. He got that going. And then he did the news. That was, you guys are straight funny. And what was it, the lamb? Is that what it was? The lamb every time Mama talk, was it bah? A goat. Okay, all right. What is it? Goat? Okay, all right. But you guys did it right. I love you guys. I wish you nothing but the best. Take great care. Seattle Black. I am out of here.
Much love.
Much
man.
love,
Much
family.
love.
Much love.
Much love.
All right. And go ahead, sweetie.
Yeah, before I just want to say to Tori, we love you deep. We've been rocking with each other for a long time. When it was Talk with Tori.
Yeah.
And you said that the other day. When you shot me out the video I did by myself. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes.
But we have conversations with Tori off of YouTube. And Tori is a very insightful and inspiring person.
Yeah, he is.
And we are so blessed to have you in our life. And we are so blessed to be able to get on Next Bone News and clown with you and have a good time. Because there's so much stuff to worry about. Mm-hmm. There's so much stuff to fret about in life. There's so much, but we can get on there on Mondays with you and just laugh, let our hair down, and have a good time. So I am so, my heart is so full to have you, Tori, in our life.
Thank you.
In our life, for real. For real.
Much.
She say that all the time, brother, and I mean this, and I encourage everybody when it comes to your online life. Just to add on to what Baby said, when it comes to your online life, look here, people gonna come and people gonna go. Now, I'm not an expert because I ain't been in this thing. We haven't been in this thing as long as some other different people who've been doing this for a decade or 6 years or 7 years or 15 years, stuff like that. But what we have learned is a whole lot of people come and a whole lot of people go. When you find people in your virtual space that stick around for whatever reason, just because y'all got that chemistry, you see something about them, they see something about you. Damn it, y'all better hold on to these people if they good people.
Yeah.
Hold on to them. Because everybody don't have your best interest in heart, and everybody not out to get you.
Right.
But when you see the best in people over the only measurement that really hold value to me, time. Mm-hmm. I got to see how time is your measure. I saw how you treated me back in August. How you were acting when January come along. Mm-hmm. We get to June and you still the same old Tori, you still the same old person, and then we get around to another August and you ain't changed for nothing but the better.
Yep.
You better keep them folk in your life.
Right.
That's just my opinion. Hell, I'm old country boy. What we know? We don't know nothing. We just telling y'all what we think. Right. But
and I'm just an old country
boy.
Thank you.
This guy. Hey man, that's why you turned your camera off. Boy, look here, man. And before
I've been smashing these things, man. You see what I do?
Hey, there we go.
You know,
okay.
Thing, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I think he might have took about 2 of them. He took a half a bite. He dumped the rest of it.
Right.
Hey, we got to get a resilient dad right. But before we do that,
more motivation for the motivators. Thank you for the invite for sardines, man. Given everything I got coming up, we needed that protein, man. We need those omegas.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take at your word. Drew said 100. Seattle Black Veteran said 100. That's another one who been around. Yeah. One day we met him in Lash's Journey. Mm-hmm. In Lash's Journey Live, we had a great conversation. Bam, been around for a year and a half.
He turned the 10 up.
Okay.
All right.
Look at him.
He got that sauce in it.
He said he about that.
There you going all the way, man. Get the juice.
Resilient Dad gonna be over there farting and burping here in about 3 minutes. Let's get it. Yeah. We're gonna do a twofer as we round down because we already over 3, family. Thank you, a Resilient Dad.
Thank you so
We're gonna hit him one more time, get that Fred off in here. Thank you, a Resilient Dad. Thank you,
everybody that came up on the
panel. Seattle Black Veteran for his contribution to the channel.
Yes, thank you so much.
You were saying, baby, Gina versus Gina. Man, so many good comments in the chat. TX Loud. This was a great conversation.
A grown folk conversation, which is appreciated because we're just trying to have dialogue and see what y'all think about this. Because there's no right answer. Like I said, everybody has their own lived experiences, and their experiences shape and mold their decision making and the things that they think.
Absolutely.
So it's not about being right or wrong. We just want to know what y'all thought about it. That's it, So I guess we're gonna wind it down, but before we go, talk with Tori. See, Tori's brain.
I've been talking today.
Tori's brain. What you got going on today? Are you doing Neckbone News today? Sunday, right? So what you got going on?
On Sundays we used to have the Neckbone TV, but I've been taking a break on it. For the last couple, probably a few weeks now. So we won't have it today. We probably have it next Sunday. But of course, Monday is Neckbone News. So and we're gonna have a pretty good Neckbone News on Monday. So be tuned for that.
Nice.
It's always lit over there. It's always a vibe. It's always a good time over there.
Always.
So it's gonna be Neckbone News on Monday. I probably do like a pop-up with the brain games on today, like later on the evening.
Okay.
I'll probably do like a little pop-up or something like that. But on Sundays we're gonna we just took a little break on Neckbone TV, but next Sunday we'll be back. Okay.
All right, bro. Sound good.
Much love to Renaissance Grandma also.
You saw that.
Yeah. She's St. Louis too, and she know what time it is. Come on now, talk
St.
to
Louis,
me.
baby.
Tell me something.
You saw that comment, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get growing what I eat right real quick because he got us. He tipped up on us, got a clutching our pearls. Clutching it. Yeah. We appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of y'all for being here. Yes. Y'all make sure y'all check out Tori's brain as he do a pop-up. Susie Katz, thank you for being here, for your kind words. Young Riaz still in here.
Okay, Susie Katz has some hair and kippers. Okay.
Susie Katz, why didn't you come up? Man.
Look ARD, you got anything you want to share? Anything you got going on that you want to share?
Let me check my list. Hold on. So two things that I know for sure. One, I seen BAP last Friday. And I'm looking forward to BAP to be on Neckbone News this time around. I want to see what he coming with. Because he tried to switch up praise, but we ain't forget.
I had him sitting like this, dog.
Never mind.
Yeah, and I definitely we enjoyed that episode. We had Beer Game there, and AKA what is it? Something Stump.
Oh, you talking about Ronald?
Ronald Stump.
Ronald
Stump.
Yeah.
He did a good job, man. He did a good job.
I love it, man. I'm looking forward to the awards you guys got going on in the fall as well.
Yeah, that'd be going on in the fall.
It's much success, man. We're going to support you guys as much as possible. Man, I put house house in these kippers, man. Hold on. Jesus. But nonetheless, too, I know you guys mentioned it earlier about Sudoku and Joe and Motivations Live. I thought it was such a cold demonstration on how a game can be compared to life. And I'm not sure how many fans we have of Sudoku. You don't have to learn numbers to know Sudoku. It's a real easy game. So if you didn't catch that, I would definitely say catch it again because I'm looking forward to putting it on replay, even though I was there in the premiere.
No doubt.
And apart from that too, looking forward to Freestyle Friday for Big Rooster this Friday. You know, I know so much going on in the community. Looking forward to that like board that you already know every week that gets updated about everyone in the community that wants to be promoted. You know, I've seen Miss Marlene as well here. I've seen so many people just, you know, starting to show a step up, right? Even though they've already done a lot of groundwork. So that's what we want to support. You know, anything that's positive, anything that's thought provoking and isn't separating. That's what we're here for, you know. So shout out to you guys. Yeah. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, bro. Much love, much love. You know, the whole conversation tonight was really, it was all about emotions, man. Because now whether the woman was right, the wife in this situation, whether the husband was right, we all deal with emotions, baby. Now we may manage them and negotiate them in different ways, but at the end of the day, it's all about emotions. Like Gina she said, man, he came in hot, and other people was like, he came in hot because of this, because of that. At the end of the day, this was a conversation piece, and it allowed us to not only hear the perspectives of others, but to explore our inner selves and our inner dialogue. What that meant, man. Because being in love ain't easy. Sharing your life with somebody ain't easy. Making the ultimate commitment to somebody ain't easy. We just glad that we got a community that we can really vibe out with, rock out with, have conversations with. As much YouTube as we observe and consume is nothing like mature, grown folk conversation. So, with that being said, man, this has been a fire Sardine Sunday, family. We really appreciate y'all. We got Taurus Brain, Brazilian Dad, Motivation from the Weightlifting Geek, Life with Marlene,
Gina versus Gina,
J3GS Farm, everybody who came up, and I can't even skip over all the people who left phenomenal comments. Drew, TX Lala, Wellness with Frugal Mama still in here. My Renaissance Grandma, everybody, man. We can't go name for name, but we want to say thank y'all. Sometimes, family, at our good, at our best, and at our worst, it's really all about emotions, family.
That's right.
So, with that being said, we finna get out of here. I'm gonna tell you, until the next time we see y'all and y'all see us, babe, what you gonna be doing?
I'm be doing what you doing.
And I'm gonna be doing what she doing. And we both, us. We gonna be over here, being country in another country. Peace.